Let's go! From the block to the console, we ride that beat. Destiny rising, AOE heat. Rise of Kingdoms, got the crew on the street, but we play with a heart that can be beat. Fortnite drops, COD snaps clean. Burrito gang ripping on every screen. We ain't just gamers, now we a dream. Raising funds for St. Jude's team. The Burrito gang, roll it, light that flame. Bulbaritos bring the heat to the game. From the factory, yo, we ain't the same. We cook our beats with that boba so flame. Mixo Pokémon y mexicano sentido. Bulbaritos, nombre bendito. Bulldog francés, corazón bonito. Dale, we dissect the dev like surgeons in a booth. Break down the lies, serve up the truth. Fat content fresh from the factory roof. When the horns go off, that's Bulba's proof. No fake flex, no clickbait sign. Just community love and charity line. For every kid fighting in tough times, we ride together, our souls alive. The Burrito gang, roll it, like that flame. Bulbaritos bring the heat to the game. From the factory, yo, we ain't the same. We cook our beats with that Bulba Burrito gang. Everybody say our name. Bulba in the lab with that crazy aim. From the streets to the stream, we claim respect and love, not fame. Bulba the factory line. From rope roots to gaming songs. Burrito gang, we carry on. Faith, family, flavor forever strong, yeah.
Welcome, everybody. Anthony here with the Bulbaritos, bringing you a brand new live stream. And today, Burrito Gang, we got our first matches in top 32 inside of Rise of Kingdoms, Osiris League Season 10. Should be an absolute barn burner. I believe I've located the best matches that we could possibly watch for 13 UTC. So stick around. We are going to be doing that. We're going to check out some of the other stuff as we wait. We still got about 15 minutes before our matches kick off. But yeah, we have an absolute docket of matches to do today. And yeah, hopefully y'all have been enjoying all the Osiris League KVK content. If y'all have, welcome to all the new members. Help us out with that YouTube algorithm and smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And share the stream link out. We're going to be going hot for the next two matches. And at 13 UTC, 15 UTC, we're going to have a little downtime in between. And then we're going to go get some lunch, the wife and I. And then we'll be back for the 19 UTC time slot. And we will be back because not only are we going to be casting at 19 UTC, then we're playing at 20 and 4028 at 20 UTC. So should be a lot of fun. Hopefully y'all are as excited as I am. And let's get this party started, boys and girls. All right. Let me fire some music up. Make sure y'all say hi. Let's get some Pokemon flying in here. And we'll flip over here in a hot second. Give me 1 minute. Sorry. It is 7:30 or 7:50 something, and my throat is dry. I am half awake, but I am trying. We went to bed at like 1. I finished watching that Avatar, the new Avatar season, and you know your boy, the completionist. Solar, good to see you. Granny, what's going on? All right, let me flip over real quick. Let's check out. Oh man, your Charmander. Yo, let's go. Your Charmander walking on the bottom of the screen breaker. Woohoo! Wait, who's Slowpoke? Oh yeah, Stream Elements is Slowpoke. I still haven't spent the time to just figure that out, but I've just been so busy. All right, let me see. So we are the Purple Cobras. Give me 1 second. Let me flip this Here we go. So the ones that I was looking at, I'll let y'all know, for 13 UTC were the following. Osiris League. Go. Oh, look a little bit. Oh, yeah. Let's go. And schedule. Oh, no. We should go to spectate. That way I can see them all in a row. It was... Where'd you go? Oh, there went the music. All right, let's refresh that bad boy. There we go. Okay, so it is the 16 OT versus 93X. I think that's going to be a phenomenal match right here. I think whoever wins this match wins their group. This group right here. I also think this is also 1 and 2 of this group. And so week 1, no warm up, coming off a you know, a little bye week, a little rest period. Could they be rusty? You know, we're gonna see. I think these two teams definitely are 1 and 2 in this group. So I think this is gonna be a phenomenal watch. The other one is going to be not even in this one. I think this is honestly the best one in Horus. Was it Anubis? I think it was no, it wasn't Anubis. It was Bastet. It was this one. 17-18 versus War. A lot of people are very high on War. I'm telling you right now, don't sleep on 17-18. They're very good. So honestly, it wouldn't be surprised to me 17-18, but a lot of people are very high on War. So we'll see. I honestly really do want to see the 93X one, but that's the one I'm thinking right now. How is the KVK map? It's gone. It's done. Since after that stream that we had that one night, sis, we ended that. We snipped that in the bud ASAP. Good to see you, Granny. Good to see you, Solar. Solamar! Yo, how's it going, big dog? Good to see you, big dog. How you doing today, my friend? Let me see. Tier 748W and OWR will be great as well. I just didn't. Okay, so I've heard that. I know I've seen OWR for sure as a team. I haven't seen 748. Well, you know what? I might have, but it's been a hot second. I sabotaged it for Bulba. Yo, like and subscribe for Solly. I appreciate it, big dog. I appreciate it. I need now. If I don't get an Alterac, we're gonna riot, bro. I'm gonna Civil War it up. You know what I mean? I better get an Alterac. I need it. I need the layup. I need the layup. Many good battles to have. Yeah, but you know your boy. We gotta pick that cream of the crop. And honestly, 93X and 16 OT is gonna be mint. It's gonna be mint. Do I think it's going to be a surprising match? I don't think so. And you're gonna see colors going on right now because I have the Call of Duty thing, the tourney that's going on in Paris right now. That's why they've been going since I think 7 a.m. or something. So all the colors are going right now over here. But I have it on mute on my TV. I think this one is gonna be a straight up brawl. I don't think this is gonna be any like secret sneaky tactics or any. I think this is just gonna be we're gonna meet and we're gonna greet. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's gonna be any surprises here on that regard. As soon as I can see 93T play a good match, trust me, I've been itching to do it as well. But they're gonna clean sweep most teams. It's gonna be so. I won't even waste our time with that. But I do want to see them play a good match, and I think they'll get a good one. But it probably won't be until top 16 at minimum. All good chilling? Hell yeah, brother. Y'all need to let me know in the bet videos, because that's what I'm looking out for. Just so y'all know, when I release bet videos, so I'll do them every week, but I usually do them on Fridays or Saturdays when I release them, because I like all the bets to be kind of like settled a little bit before we drop them so that we have good odds. Because a lot of the times when I used to do them in the past, I would do them like on a Wednesday, right? And then when I would release the bet video, then the odds would like drastically swing, and then it cooked all of our bets. So I don't do that anymore. I also rarely put, you'll see it later on in the videos. I'll start doing it the way I used to do it, where I'll put like 3, 2, and 1. So 3 would be like a common bet. Like if you're just looking for a 50-50 win, then you would go with the 3s. If you want like slightly better odds, but not fantastic, it'd be a 2. And then a 1 is like the swing for the fences. Let's make some coins, or surprise wins to look out for. So I'll probably do more of those. There were just way too many 50-50 bets this week, but it'll start to swing once teams start losing. So we'll see from there. So stay tuned. Each week we're gonna have them. 748 is an Osiris League finisher. Let me see. No one will pass A+. Yeah, no, we're not gonna pass it. We're not even close. I don't even think we're close. Oh, y'all asked about the KVK map. Here, I'll show y'all real quick. We still got like 6 minutes, and then we're launching in. Let me see. So that's the zone. So essentially what we did was, during the downtime on the stream, when we had the stream, was we poked over here, right? We poked over here, we went over here, and then this is where I was ending the stream, was when it was just a slow burn. I think it was already like 11:30, 12 o'clock my time. We went over here, we cut this, and then we were gonna start coming here and then flag our way to the side and then just cut. And then 748, or sorry, then our allies came over, 405, and they pushed all the way over here. We went over here and then kind of closed it off. So that's where we're at right now. And then y'all saw at the end of that stream, 3777 had kind of like spent all day pushing here, and then we just came and cut them and then rebuilt it all back. So essentially this is cooked. This is cooked. So we still have some fighting, yeah, but I don't think we're gonna have enough to get where we need to get for S+, which is, let me see. It's not Path to Greatness, is it? Is it? Hold on. I don't remember where you go for all this. It is, I don't even remember where it's at. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Am I just showing all of our shit, team? I'm just showing all of our shit. I don't even remember where it's at, fam. Expedition leaderboard? I don't think so, right? No. 212? Ah! I'm trash. I don't even remember. Yeah, but we were like oh, right here. Sorry. We're not even close. Yeah. Got to hit that A+++ mark. You know what I mean? But yeah, we're nowhere close to getting these. It's all good. It's all good. There's always another KVK. There's always everything else, which it is what it is. It is what it is. Let me see. No one will pass A+. Made predictions for all Sobek, Horus, and Bastet on Milky's channel for 4028. Yo, let's go. Very nice. I'm doing you guys a favor by not spending. Dude, hey, Solly, you're more than welcome. I accept gifted subs, you know what I mean? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, big dog. Been training with most teams? Hell yeah. Yeah, 4028's been we can show y'all that real quick too. Been cooking. Nerf and 07KT is an epic match. I don't even know who Nerf is, Solly, to be honest with you. I'll have to go check him out after the matches. 748W was Realm champion in season 8. I never really worry about those because, to be honest with you, most of those Realm champs just get their their stuff swept. 748 is 72 right now. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, usually, I'll be honest with you, usually like younger realm champions, before they did the like the weird wonky update that y'all know pisses me off, don't really hold a candle to Horus and Anubis back in the day. I'm happy for them, but you know, it's like the WWE, and then you have the midget wrestling league. That's the midget wrestling league, you know, and then they get into the big boy league, and then they get their stuff punched, you know what I mean? So it's their junk punched. So it is what it is. Right now, I think you can't really do that because of the way that the matchmaking is, but it is what it is. Like, I think it also watered it down too. So odd not seeing 1188 anymore. 1188, 1671. There was a ton that I was looking forward to. To be honest with you, 1671 was a big one. 1188 was a big one. All the GT teams are gone. And they are gone, right? I don't care what 60KA is. Yeah, like that isn't GT. All the GT teams are gone. Which other ones? There was a lot that fell off. I didn't even see. Is there a solid 1875? Like all the large Imperiums? There was 193 team that is gone because they usually do 4 or 5 teams. Trying to think which other ones I'm looking for. OV wasn't there as well. HKL wasn't there as well. The PX from the last time I did it. Who else? I'm trying to think of the other ones. UCS. Did UCS come in? I don't even remember seeing them, to be honest with you. Or did they just get mollywop? UCS. It used to be AX, but I think they migrated. There was Boobs Lifestyle too, which I don't. Are they in this? I think they changed their name to 1E8. I think it was Boobs Lifestyle, the one with JD and crew. I don't know if they moved around either. So there were a lot of teams that either changed and I just don't know who they are right now, or they just didn't register this season, which kind of watered everything down, to be honest with you. Yeah, 1188 are goats. They're you know, it is one of those things. Fun fact, 1718 and War are fighting each other in KVK still and have to face off in Osiris League. Oh no. Oh no. Mix of good players. Nerf. Hell yeah. They're the original beer. For are you talking about 60KA? No, they quit long time ago. Many good young teams pop up since then. Yeah, and I'll have to look into those because I missed last season, so there are some teams that I don't know about yet, but y'all let me know. Like I said, in the videos, leave comments, do this stuff like that, let me know, and then I'll keep my eyes on them. I always know there's new stuff popping up. How long you been far from rock? So I was retired for a little under 2 years, so the account that I'm using here is that account. This was the old 1307 account that I used to rock with back in the day with Mad Phantom and crew. And then I retired after the last KVK before I retired was the 1093 versus 1307 back in the day. And then I retired after that one, went to go play AOEM for, I think it was like 17 months, 16 months, somewhere around there. And I came back probably like 3 months ago. And originally people were like, just buy a new account. Just buy a new account. Oh, hold on. I'm going into story time and we're already here. We are going to go to schedule. Horus, where you at? 16OT. Did I pass it? I might have passed it. Hold on. 1602 is the first one. Hello. Hello. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the map. We are in the map. This is literally a battle for 1 and 2 in the group. Let's check it out. I'll continue story time in here in a little bit, but yeah, this is my old account from 1307. It's like 2 years behind on armaments and gear, but I didn't want to get rid of it, like the nostalgia's sake. And Sofrito, yes, I know a bunch of these, fam. I miss them all. I love all these guys, man. Some old school. Look at this. Boom, boom, baby. Yeah. Kragan back in. I think he's still. Boom Boom used to spend a ton. He used to have that big fat account. Destiny. Incognito. Stinger. Queen. Nico. Okay. Nico, leader. I assume that's probably not the main. Boba, I know Boba. Shredded Dog. Yeah. Killa, we do know Killa. Lazy J. All right, so they're probably waiting for the last row. Here we go. 16 OT. They are from, it should be from 1316. So some of these accounts you're gonna know. Will, there you go. They got some old GT members that are in this team, which is why I was saying this match is gonna be very interesting. Vinny, Uni, all right, and the gates of hell have opened. I always click on these, fam, because a lot of people like seeing who the starters are, so on and so forth, when they rewatch, but they can always, of course, open it themselves and click. But a lot of people honestly like rewatching the cast. We either talk shit or give them advice or do whatever, and so you just can't get that from watching the film all the time, unless you're used to looking for stuff. Ooh, very smart play, putting their big boys in the back. Something that is very common for a lot of teams that don't play a lot of OL to recognize. Yo, look at this. Let's see. Let's get in here, brother. All right, yeah, they were looking for the fog. Here we go. A little tile hop action. CC, fastest in the game, baby. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're flying. Woo-hoo, look at these guys. They're on it. They're gonna touch at the same time. These guys are on it today. This guy isn't on it in the bot side because they missed that outpost already. I haven't timed it though to see if going bottom side of this structure or top side is faster. Honestly, it's faster if you jump through the outpost, of course, but they didn't. My guess is it CC? It is. And they still get it before. All right, there you go. So both obelisks have been touched for 93x. 16 OT, just there you go, getting both. Let's look. No skills have been popped, so usually you would have had energetic get popped by now if you're going to use it, or hard push. Neither one have popped it. So what it's telling me is we haven't seen it in the next like 30 seconds. We're probably saving up for first arc, and that's going to be priority for them. So let's see how they split off, team. Get it going. Hopefully you are as excited as I am. Osiris League Top 32 kicking off, and we're in for a doozy. 93x, 16 OT. Definitely going to be fighting for a group lead, number 1 and 2. So whoever wins this puts themselves in the driver's position to take number 1. All right, so very interesting. 93x using both of their sentries, 2 sentries on the top side, and then the 3rd sentry over here to see the marches coming through. Interesting that they have their sentry on their side of the field. They must have seen something in the tape. So we're gonna keep our eyes real quick. Once they start getting closer to the altars, and we'll zoom in, start looking at some fights, getting it going. I'm really interested to see how they play, how these 2 top teams play the Anubis and what skills we're going, because I don't remember the last time I've seen an arc match where nobody popped a skill right off the rip. So I think we're gonna have a doozy of a first arc fight coming in. All right, so normal positioning coming in from top side, aggressor coming in from the bottom, and then as well from the top, the aggressor coming in on bot side. So Let's see. Interesting play right here. They are stopping this, which is the reason why I always say if you're going to play defensive, this one doesn't make so much sense. I would have popped the sentry down here, which is usually where you would, because a lot of teams do this. You will also see a lot of teams that will park like right here, like in the shadows, because there's a lot of little dead spots that people will sit. I think they've already seen them though, so they don't need the sentry. That's what this march is doing right now, is it's getting information. As you see, peekaboo. Peekaboo! Peekaboo! There's Blu-ray. I already spotted him. All right, there you go. Plot has been foiled. There you go. And as we come over here, I don't dislike the idea of this. It's not in front, but it's not behind. We got 45 seconds. They're gonna try to snipe this, you can tell. So trick to understand about Osiris League, or just Arc in general, that I always tell everybody at the beginning of these matches, you see 30 seconds on this, there is a shield that's over here, and if your marches are on this line, the system inherently, ooh, stocking up, okay, inherently will push your march out to put it back in. Both of them using stocking up, okay. All right, we got our first battles. And so if you're trying to snipe a structure, right, what you would normally do is wait till about 3 or 4, target over here, and then drag your marches so that you watch the march. Watch the march. Look, I want y'all to see it. Okay, they waited for it to go down and go in. Okay, there you go. So a lot of the times when you're dragging to it, you'll see the march, and what it will do is it will go out to go in. And that's because they're parked on the white. So in that case, they waited for it to completely drop because it was uncontested and then go in. But when it's contested, that's the issue that you run into. God damn! Woo-hoo! Brother! Yo! Yo! What was that? I don't think I've seen a ball melt that fast, team. That's insane. That's insane. What was that, team? Stocking up is weird? No, I told you, sis. You're gonna see provision strats that are gonna come out. Stocking up, mixed with the Anubis, mixed with, you're gonna see a lot of different stuff. A lot of people think that the way to win always is Arc. If you can do structures really well, and then you can do provisioning, you don't need Arc. It doesn't really matter. Right? That's the deal. You have to win 2 out of the 3. Is the way that I always break it down. Stocking up, shoot, you can make up a ton of arcs with provisions if your occupation game is really strong. And you're gonna see that though, like against 93T, right? The teams that they always had to be really on their game with were the ones that were really good at mid, right? The teams that can beat 93 in mid force them to go really hard into occupation. And so what you'll see with 93 is it turned into provisions, occupation, and then provisions they needed, usually it was on like 65, and then occupation they needed to be up by probably about 10k in order to mitigate losing all the arcs in the middle. So the teams that usually gave them a rough or like kept it close or even beat them were the ones that would do that. They had to run up the arcs. It was just non-stop. You couldn't hold them. If you held the arcs, you were still losing. How long you been? 88. I liked 88. I thought they were fantastic. Held garrisons. KVK fought really well. Like overall, they never really backed down from the fights. So that's why I always liked them. All right, let's zoom out. Let's see. I didn't even pay attention. They might snipe. Let's see. This top side is getting worked though. I ain't gonna lie. They're about to lose first occupation on this altar. This top side is getting worked, but the bottom side is working. So I'm not sure if the call is going to be made. They're going to have to rotate some players up here, but they are getting mollywopped up top. It is very interesting. We are going to start seeing this, and this is kind of something I predicted early game, early in the season. I think we are going to start seeing Attila David garrisons nonstop because of the amount of Cav players that we have. And just like that, they already sniped first occupation. The amount of Cav on the field, I think is going to make it very viable, especially with reinforcements. You are going to start seeing CC reinforcements like this, which is what I talked to you about, sis. The really good teams will use their CC Caesars for capacity and fast and speed just to reinforce. And so you're going to see a ton of, especially Korean teams, they do this a ton. And they use CCs or belly garrisons, belly Attila, CC either Caesar or CC Attila, just for a little tankiness if they're going to get hit. And then yeah, and they are killing their march off right now because we are about to get into the rotations towards mid, and so they're just going to kill them off. But you are going to see a lot of cav garrisons this season, more than the normal mixed garrisons. All right, here we go. 16 OT. I will say this: 16 OT has always been very, very good at mid. And so this is going to be very crucial for 93X that that we see how well they do in the middle. Let's look at what skills. So it's only been the 2 stock ups. I feel like, sis, are you getting that tingle, the heebie-jeebies? I feel like we're about to see an inferno. We're about to see something in here. It's not a sneaky one. Well, I guess it kind of is. We see somebody poaching here. Interesting strat coming in from 16 OT. What this is telling me, I like this play. What this is telling me is that 93X, I haven't checked though, but they might have already used Inferno before, because this split lets me know that they're not centralizing for a reason. All right. Let's see how this is gonna work. Okay, now they're centralizing. Got a minute 52. I do want to see 93X post up. No sentries in the middle, which is an interesting play. They are balling up now, but that is an interesting tactic though. I want to see, you'll know right off the rip, probably at like the 45-second mark, if they're gonna pop Inferno, because you want to time it up. There's the sentry. I'm guessing it is going to be right here, right here. No, they popped it right here. These sentries don't make any sense to me, but it is what it is. I'm also not a huge fan of them giving up the positioning. All right, let's see. I was a little disappointed at 88 in 1093 versus 89 GT KVK. It's got more done. Desert Storm coming in from Sea Will. All right. Here we go. Desert Storm coming in from 93X. Ark's about to spawn in 45 seconds. Let's see if this timing that has to be the lead up skill. So if they were gonna pop it, they probably would pop it. They're lining it up. Here we go. There has to be another skill, right? They both just use Desert Storm. Are we sitting on it? See, they're giving up way too much positioning for 93X for being there first. To the death from Sea Will. That's a smart play right there. I'm sure there's going to be a counter. Heaven's Grace. There you go. So I'm not a huge fan. I'll say this. I'm not a huge fan of using Heaven's Grace solo. I'm really not. I think there needs to be a combo of that with something else. Desert Storm is not the combo that I would want to see with Heaven's Grace. In order to counter to the death, you need more than just that. You need a combo of the two. And there's plenty of instances in history where it counters it. Yeah, because you can see, Jesus Christ, the strength of the marches is just, ooh, and they're already out. That belly is out of there. He might go down, but yeah, that's a clean sweep. Clean. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Their whole ball is left, boys. What are we looking like points per minute? Slightly in favor of 93X. They're doing fantastic considering this isn't even their first team. But that I'll be honest with you, I wasn't a huge fan of them pulling back. It gave away all their positioning. The Desert Storm skill, I'll be honest with you, I'm not a huge fan of it anyways. I think if you are going to use the Heaven's Grace, you need something else in combo. You already know that. Split, because they don't have any positioning over here, so they split there to work with the Arc Runner. Split forward to keep pressure on the map. You'll see them swarm or you'll see them block. It'll be one of the two. And structures are starting to flip. I haven't seen anything on Anubis for work wise. I really wish they would fix this, dude. Oh, it hasn't popped yet, that's why. All right, let's see. Yeah, that was a very clean mid fight. My last was 1960 versus 1307. Dude, that was like forever ago, big dog. It's forever ago. That was an amazing fight, though. You have to admit that. That was a fun fight. That KVK. I streamed that one. That was a lot of fun. I know Drago was streaming that one. I streamed that one. It was a ton of us streaming that one. You have to cap provisions to get it right. For stocking up. So I think a lot of what you're going to see, stocking up will constantly get. So what you have to do is you have to jump out, then jump back in. You have to jump out, jump out, jump out, jump in. You don't really want to cap until Anubis at this point, though. Like if you're going to use stocking up, you use stocking up. And then once you capture Anubis, then you send all your marches home and cap it during the 240 and then send it back out. It's a little bit off from where it used to be, right? Because usually you would just keep your marches out all match and then bring them in at the very Dragon Lancer. Yo! Dragon Lancer. Yo! Yo! Big dog. Yes. Yes. Dragon Lancer for the win, boys. I love it. I love it. I hope they did that for me. They probably didn't, because they probably don't even know I'm streaming it. But yo, fire. Fire. Best commander in the game, Dragon Lancer. AKA Daddy Lancer. Oh, that reminded me, I didn't even bring him out this KVK. Bro, what an L. What an L. Now bosses and buildings. No top team runs Inferno. They refuse to. It's fine. I think what you'll see is you'll see somebody. So the reason isn't because it's not good, right? The reason is it is like a how do I put it? It can be very detrimental, but it can also do really like it's either really good or really bad, and it's a 6-point skill, right? I think a lot of people would rather play the safe game. What you are going to see, though, and this is what I'm telling everybody, right? What you are going to see is you are going to see those teams that are this close to being to the top that are going to work it into their plan, right? Those teams that can just never seem to beat this one team in mid are going to work that into their plan, and then they're going to hold arc. So those teams that would lose 3 arcs to win 1 are now going to win the 1 to hold for 30 minutes and make it a 2 arc match that were doing really good on occupation. That is where that skill is going to come in play. You won't see the ones that consistently win middle use it, right? The teams that you're going to see use it are the ones that either go 2-for-1 arcs that are always losing mid slightly, are going to use it to make it a 2 arc match. Those are the teams that you're going to see, which is going to kind of, close the gap a little bit, which may be what puts them finally over the top. That's what you're going to see. All right. Oh, we got a little Anubis action going in here. Yo, let's go. All right. Okay, 93X. Going with the Anubis strat. Okay, let's see. The marches, and we talked about this already. right? So their marches are already getting fried, but it's not about who gets the last hit if both teams are hitting. It's about who puts in the most damage. And so right now, 93X is trying to put in as much damage as humanly possible. If they can keep hitting it below 500K, they have a shot, even if they die. So now we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch and see. They're still putting damage in. They need to keep hitting this, though. They need to keep hitting this. There you go. They're dancing a little bit. They're dancing. They're dancing. They're dancing. They're dancing. So if you are 16 OT, your objective should be to kill off the enemy marches. You cannot have the enemy marches hitting the Anubis the same time you are and kill it off. That's the play. That's the understanding that we're trying to bring up. And they are doing the right play here. Yeah, it looks like they're killing everybody off. They have their sentry there. They are blocking. Okay, so they are doing the smart play here. The only reason it matters with damage percentage is if both teams are hitting it at the same time. If you clear it out, now they clean it, right? Unless somebody sneaks in and absolutely love taps it, which I think they're already at the march capacity, march number reached. It should be theirs. Bicep wins it. There we go. 1-1. All right. So that means that they had to have won this one. I didn't even look down here. Okay. So they went for the double. This is the part I told Lilith they need to fix. Like, these texts should have been red. This should be blue. Like, there should be a color differential, or make the statue red, make the statue blue. That way you know if somebody sniped it, they won by percentages. Like, it lets you know all that. Altars, let's look at the points per minute. It should be, since it's 1-1, it's 15%, both in addition to other stuff as well. Oh yeah, 16 OT doing that domination on the occupation right now. This one we'll take it over here in a little bit. Let's get to the fights over here on the left side. Got a little altar action going on. It's just standard skills. Oh, that was Steam. I was like, what in the world does that sound? Belly Art Carrier. So some people swear by Belly if they don't have CC. It isn't as fast, but it's still pretty quick. You can do like a Belly Attila for a little tankiness. Usually in mid, if you're going to use it, the CC Attila. This looks like a pretty clean sweep for 93X. Yeah, they got swept out, all right. You know what I mean? Dragon Lancer is the real definition of doing more than you get paid. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Daddy Lancer is literally like the definition of pure sex appeal, right, team? If you don't know, you don't know, all right? Just saying, all right? The real Chads in the chat have them expertised out, all right? I'm just saying, right? They hate us because they ain't us. No team practices Inferno. That's the reality, and that's okay. Hey, that's more credit to y'all's name when you do it. You know what I mean? People will catch on. I don't think you're gonna see like the tippity top team do it. I think you're gonna see the teams that are like 4 through 6. They're gonna do it to try to get in through to knock out a 1 through 3. That's when I think you're gonna see it. Those are the teams that I think you will see use it or practice using it, and they're not gonna use it until they have to. Right, but there will come a time where those teams will have to use a skill that is like that. It's just the way it is, right? I think it comes down to timing, comes down to strategy. I think the idea of using Inferno is fantastic. It's fantastic. I think you will see some smart teams come up with some really insane strats for it. I think one of the best combos that you're going to see with it is going to be a Inferno with a sneaky tactics. Right. I think that's the one that you're going to see the most of, because what's going to happen, right, is when people inherently pop Inferno, the first thing that people do is run back, right? And I think what you're going to start to notice is you're going to see people that are going to either get baited out. So you'll see one of two tactics that I think is going to happen. You'll see a combo of Bog Down and Inferno, right? So once you pop Inferno, right, the idea is people are probably going to run away, right? So what you combo it with is hitting them with the Bog Down so they can't run, and then you charge up with your Fast March. Okay, so you will probably see a CC March that will just suicide bomb in there, right? A Fast March that will literally just whoop. It's gonna look literally like, do y'all remember Lord of the Rings? Do y'all remember Lord of the Rings? Where it was Helm's Deep and they were holding him off, and then you just see that one guy just running through, and he's holding the torch to blow up the whole wall, and he just dive bombs in there and just blow. That's literally what the Inferno strat's gonna be. You're gonna see the Bog Down get smashed. You'll see it. Well, you'll see Inferno get smashed. You'll see the Bog Down to block him from running off, and then you'll see the CC just running through, and then just goes. You can't Bog Down an Inferno first mid. It doesn't have to be first mid. You can save that. If I was gonna do that strat Solar, I would save that for second arc, because second arc is going to be the most optimal time to use that strat. And hear me out. The reason why is because when a team commits to popping to the death, they are committed to that mid fight. They aren't going to run away and waste their to the death. And so they are inherently going to push forward. So you use that aggressiveness against them. That's the difference. That's the difference. So you can use Inferno Bog Down as a counter strat to the death because of that. So when they pop to the death, you pop Inferno, you hit them with Bog Down, and you literally just whoop, and they aren't running away because they committed 6 points to that skill already. So it's all about timing at that point, right? I think it's all about when you use it and how you use it. But Inferno, I would not. I think people are going to start reading that strat that you use it first arc, and so y'all are gonna have to learn how to mix it up, right? But I would also say this: if teams know that you use Inferno, they're also less likely. You're less likely to see those teams that, if you mix that up, they're likely to hold the arc so that you don't have to worry about Inferno 15 times. You know what I mean? So it almost guarantees that you have to win the first arc in order to do that. So that it goes back and forth. Thank you for subbing, KQ. Yo. But I think there's a lot of plays to be made there. The other one that I was talking about would be the sneaky tactics with Inferno, because what's going to happen is you're going to sneaky tactics X ball that is over here. They're going to run along the outside to wrap around. This moment you pop Inferno, they're going to run back. You clamp, charge. The clamp, the sneaky tactics marches are already going to be dead, right? They're going to be dead. You just chalk that ball up as we're dead. The Inferno is pushing up from the top. Boom, everybody dies, and then your ball actually pushes up. So there's a couple of different ways that I can see it working out. It's just a matter of how teams want to do it, how they want to play it. And so it's very volatile, which is why a lot of big teams don't do it. But I definitely am telling you right now, you're going to see some teams that are in the rank 4 through 6 that want to push up, that are going to use those tactics later in game, probably like top 8 to make it in. That's probably when you'll see a majority of them use it. Sorry. I have a dry throat. All right, arc. Bro, did I miss it? Did I miss it again, team? Hold on. 1-0. Okay, so they just capped it right now. So interesting though. Why? They're doing a ton of provisioning though. Okay, so these are actual marches running out from the front. We got stocking up coming here. I'm interested to see. Let me check something real quick, team. I want to see. Okay, so they are bringing in provision score, but not that much. So they didn't use that. So I think the optimal strat is going to be to, because it is a percentage of the points, you want to have a big like a big point percent. So you're going to see the stocking up marches keep going and going and going, and then at the last Anubis, you should see them all come in. And then go out for the last rotation. All right, I think you're starting to see that 93X is starting to be, they're going to have to be more aggressive now. They're already down by 8K. It's not undoable, but they, you know, based on the first one, they already both popped to the death Arc 1. Well, one popped to the death, 93X popped Heaven's Grace. The only thing that I can think of, well, they can't do, if they have time warp, they could use time warp. I don't think Heaven's Grace is going to save them, because if they time warp into Heaven's Grace, they still don't have that second combo in order to counter to the death. I like them posting out forward, being the aggressors, clear a way out for the rally. What are we coming in with the Scipio? A little David Garrison. This is what I'm talking about, though. Because of how fast it is to reinforce, right? From your obelisk, you're going to start to see Cav garrisons that are going to be that. Interesting that they're going David, though. I'm assuming it's David Hector at this point, but look at this. All it does is it needs to just hold. It doesn't need to win. It just needs to be absolutely tanky. And because of how fast Cav are, you are going to see this meta. I don't know if a David Hector is better in this situation. I leave that to the Mongolian chef Billet, Chad, and all those absolute units to decipher all that. It doesn't need to win. This isn't KVK, right? Your troops aren't dying, but it needs to be whole. It needs to hold, right? And so that's the objective here, right? So you are going against your counter, right? But at the end of the day, we're not trying to win this. We're just trying to hold. And fast reinforcements with Cav is going to be huge in this. I'm surprised they haven't swarmed the rally yet. And it held. So I think that's what you're going to start seeing, especially on the structures that you're current. So if you're on bot side, right, especially on your altars, I think you are going to start to see that more often. I want to see that on forward structures, because then you have fast Cav coming through with your CC Caesars, all those with the high capacity coming in to reinforce. That's where I think it's going to be a little different on those really good teams that are great at occupation. All right, interesting to see. Are they doing this double split again? They are. So 16OT is doing that double split. I want to see if they just back out of this and just go straight occupation, because right now they are up by 9. So technically they don't need this, right? They should at least contest it, but it'll be an interesting play to see what they do. The Anubis has already been taken, so they're not doing that. So I like, in this position, I do like the idea of them putting the sentries here, because it lets them know about the structures. But it is also pulling 16OT out too, which is, I'm not a huge fan. Oh, bro, they already fighting? Oh no, dude. What are you doing? Oh. Well, he got sent to Jesus. All right. Let's see if they come to the middle. They're still holding on the structure, though. Let me guess. Little David Garrison? Yeah. Yeah. Now, if you had a couple, you see this? A couple just ready to come in. This garrison's going to hold. Hold! There he goes. I hope these are reinforcements. They're here to swarm, I guess. They might still lose this if they don't get in. Desert Storm coming in on middle. We'll go to mid here in a minute. I was hoping to see this structure, but yeah, they let it go too long. GG. That structure is dead. Double Desert Stormed each other. No mark was used from 16 OT. All right, let's see. Arc is going to spawn in 30 seconds. I'm going for Zenith. Should I trade T5 or convert T4? For points, you should always convert T4. Or, sorry, you should always train T5 for points. I always save converting for KVK, for pre-KVK, in my opinion. For Zenith, train T5. For pre-KVK, convert T4. All right, so they're just kind of muddying this up. They're running around. They're dancing around. This is that KVK, like, where you just need to tell everybody, stay in the ball. Stay in the ball. There we go. Grab the arc. They grabbed it from the backside. W move. Let's go. Now they have them all split up, which is a W move. We need them all pulling back. 93X needs to be pulling back. Protect the arc runner. They're trying to muddy it up right now. They're trying to muddy it up right now. Let's see how the arc runner is doing. Is it Belly? CC, who is this? Can't fucking see. Oh, it is Belly. Interesting, the Belly Prime they're running with. That's an interesting one. Not a huge fan of that, but it is what it is. At least it was Cav. All right, so if on both scenarios, if you are 16 OT, you are trying to pick up this arc to reset timer, reset timer, reset timer. Gives your team enough time to run across the map. And if you are 93X, you should be picking this instantly back up, even if your march is going to die. You just need to keep picking it up, moving it along, picking it up, moving it along. That's your goal right now. You're going to start seeing all these marches are going to get sent to Jesus. And I think 16 OT is probably just going to reset right here because they are holding all 4 altars right now, which is still a W move right now. To be honest with you. 4 altars ticking in favor with no mark. W. Still a W. So right now they're down by 10. This arc's going to be worth 3,500. So it pokes into the lead, but if you're 93X, you need to insta return this. If you don't, it's GG's. If they hold this longer than like 3 minutes, GG's. You need to this turn around very quick. I mean, I don't think that 93X can come back. They can always come back. They got stocking up. They lost all buildings while OT had no mark. Yeah. And it's okay. It's okay. It's going to be a thing. I would never say that it's never possible. I think that last Anubis pull is going to be huge, though. The last Anubises are going to be big. Because if you can get the 25% instead of the 15, it's pretty big. They're going to pop an 11. Let me double check and make sure we didn't just miss one. We did. Okay, so they split them 2-2. We split them 2-2. So they'll get a slight bump from this. It should be an insta-cap. Let's pay attention to the score, sis. 15, 3, 4, 3. And then they have an Anubis. So I want to see if it ticks for 3,500 plus. 15, 4. Yeah, so it gave them an extra percentage, sis. You saw that? They were at 15.4. That one was 3,500. It should have been 18.9 somewhere. And then the extra 15% knocked him up to 19.5. There you go. All right, Instacat, 7 minutes. So here's the thing, right? There is still potential. Let me see, 8 minutes. There is still potential for 2 more if they can capture this arc pretty clean. They got to capture it pretty clean. So 7 minutes, actually, maybe not. Hold on, 7. Let me do the math real quick. 7, that would leave 11. 7 to spawn. Yeah, there's still potential for 2. If you use speed skills, it takes about a 147 to run it. So there is still potential for it. All right, alter reset, alter flip. So we are back at 2-2. They really need to recapture their own sky altar. That's really like a crucial. This top side, honestly, has been the side that has been getting the most work done, like getting worked. Been getting worked pretty hard. Dude, and that lead is back up to 10. Sheesh. Sheesh. Revisions coming in, 1,400. That quad altar was there. That's gonna be a rough hill to climb, especially because OT is using stocking up too. I think that's what makes this a little bit harder. But yeah, you can see, look, they're mad provisioning here. That's 2, 4, 6, 8 marches to 2, 4, 2, 4, 5, 5. So 1. It's gonna be. I don't think, you know. I'm interested to see how much stocking up Anubis provisions, all that kind of stuff is going to play a role in this one. The interesting part is it lines up with the Anubis pops at the very end of this match. If you can combo the no mark with the double Anubis, I think we have a shot. The problem is 93X has to be desperate for the arc. So you honestly could see 16 OT just kind of just bait a little bit in the middle and then go full structures, double Anubis, no mark, and then just close the game out. That's the thing, right? They just use no mark, so I don't know if they have. I don't think they have enough skill points to use it. Well, there's actually, is there a cooldown on it? I can't remember off the top of my head, but they could always time warp no mark as well if time warp's their last one, but I doubt it. I doubt they're gonna use time warp. If they did no mark to the death, I don't think time warp would be in the bag. Maybe, could be. Wonder what that last skill is for 16 OT. Looking at structures right now, the only one blinking is this one. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are enjoying the stream, do me a huge favor. Help us out with our YouTube algorithm. Smash that like button, subscribe, lick it, kick it, punch it. That like button helps us out, get our content in front of others. Share the stream link out. We are going to keep this stream rolling. I'll probably go get some water after this match because my throat is dry. And we'll figure everything else out. Fantastic match being played between both sides. It honestly is like a chess match. As you see the no mark starting to creep in. They're creeping it in, right? They're kind of reeling them in. Now it's down to 8K. Now it's down to 8K. They did hold the altar, which is a huge dub. Huge dub on that side. They leveled out. They're holding. They're going to be ticking here. I would like to see the ball kind of roll over here to the sky altar, but We already see the importance of mid, as this next arc is going to be worth 4,000 points. It's going to cut that deficit in half. That's how important this arc is. It cuts it in half just from one single arc. So it is by no means it is over. I think this is the reset. The interesting play is, keep in mind that 16OT did pop no mark. So I don't know if they have this 6th skill for the recycle of To the Death for this rotation. They may have it, right? I don't know off of that, because they did pop no mark for last one and they insta-capped it, right? So their skill bar may be completely reset. What I'm thinking is, oh, I don't even know if 93X has time warp, and they can time warp Heaven's Grace and try to sneak this one out. I really don't want to see 93X hitting the Ethel Desert Storm. Oh man, that is super early. That is super early. A minute 40, and they're, oof. Definitely more value from the 93X side for their Desert Storm. It was definitely a whole lot more marches. There you go. Time warp used. That's what I was thinking it was going to happen. But do they have, that means they would have to have a full skill bar. If they're going to pop time warp, that means Heaven's Grace is definitely coming. Now the interesting play is going to be Master Strategist. Yo, they're going for it, boys. I don't know why. I don't know why. It seems really early. An interesting play here, team. Hold on, what? Where'd they go? Huh? My blind team? What just happened? What? Yeah, but where though? I don't see anything blinking. The only thing I see blinking is the Shrine of War, which to me doesn't make sense. Yeah, because now they're just gonna get To the Death out of their minds. It's Heaven's Grace, so they did save it. But why time warp there? Well, no, not why time warp. Why Master Strategist there? I'll have to go rewatch that back. That didn't make sense to me, to be honest with you. See? They already dropped it. They're gonna get banged out. They don't have that second skill that they need in order to counter To the Death. Heaven's Grace alone does not counter To the Death. And that's what you're seeing right now. So let this, word to the wise, let this be an eye-opener. If you are trying to counter To the Death, it is not Heaven's Grace solo. You cannot do that. You cannot do that. You need to combo it with some extra damage as well. You cannot, and it doesn't have to be, right, insane, right? But you cannot do, you cannot just do a solo. It's just not the way. This is not the way, right? Every time they've done that, Heaven's Grace, they've gotten banged out of there. Because Desert Storm plus Heaven's Grace is not the counter. It's not the combo. I would suggest if any of y'all ever want to see what the counters look like, not last season, but the season before, the last season that I casted before this one, there were a ton of counters that countered To the Death. You can also go watch some of the original 93T used to do it. They used to do it against GT. That's how they would counter. Those were the guys that would counter it, just so you know. It wasn't the Grand Prix, it was like the Battle of the Champions, like the four, when they would battle each other. 93T would use it against GT. Oh my god, they wasted that to TP marches to the mid. Bro, that was a waste, bro. What? Yeah, GG 16 OT. Yeah, that Master Strategist was a bad play. You never waste a skill like that to TP players in. That's just a dud of a play. They should have used that to try to push up. I was gonna say you Inferno Master Strat, but there's 6/6, so you won't have enough skills for that. But yeah, no, I definitely, I don't think that was the play. It should have been to try to sneak out the arc. Because even, I'll say this, even if 93X won that arc, they still needed to win another one, right? And so you needed to use that in order to cut the time required. Does that make sense? They still needed 2 arcs to win this match. Now it's GG's, right? They'll hold this. Actually, it's under 8 minutes. They can insta-cap this. Doesn't really need to wait. They can just insta-cap it, call it a day. And I do like what I'm seeing here. I talked about this before, where you run the arc. You always run it, in my opinion, you run it right here. It gives you a lot more security and safety up here than it does when you run it underneath. Because the idea of having to run it around the rock takes forever, and you're so close to your cities. When you run it here, it puts it in danger very quickly if marches are running like this, right? You'll commonly see that when you zoom out. Like if there's an arc runner and they're reinforcing to run, they're gonna run direct to this point right here, because that is the choke point. If you run it around, now all these marches have to run all the way around the rock in order to get you. And by time, even when you die, right, you're literally right here. So it's a dub. It's a dub on that side. Putting it in contention is right here, because then they snipe the building, they start running it, it does all this. So if you're looking for little micro optimizations, that is a definite one. It's just running it over, not under. It just gives you a little added security when running the arc, especially if they're going to contest it. So that should be GG's. The Anubises, let me see. So 3 and 2. Did nobody go for the bottom one? Doesn't look like. Should be a GG's on that front. I will say this, I'm still very impressed with 93X though. I think there are some things that they can fine tune and work out. The lane use, like, players are gonna have to get updated. That top side got worked all game long. Bottom side did fantastic. So I think some of the players need to get reworked to strengthen that top side. That was probably the weakest part of the entire match, was that. And then 2, I think they need to rework their skills. I don't think Heaven's Grace is going to be the play they need to be doing. I know kind of probably why they wanted to, because 16OT probably had the stronger marches and they were just trying to sustain longer, but the combinations that they use with Heaven's Grace needs to get updated. They literally can just ask 93T what they do and the combos they use, and that's what they should be using, right? I would remove Master Strategist and add in that skill. I also kind of don't really like them using Desert Storm, to be honest with you. But that's a deal, right? That's up to them. I heard about what they did to some teams, and it just was bad. 2489. Let me see. 93X didn't take practices serious. That's the issue. It's their secondary team. It's their secondary team. I don't think they care that much. Hassan 2489. Who? What about it? I don't know what you're 93X didn't take practices serious. That's the issue. I heard about what they did to some teams and it was just bad. I don't know. It's a very broad statement, so I'm not really sure what, like, I don't know. It's like telling a story without having a story. I don't really know. 2489. I think 2489 is kind of lined up really well to do pretty well this season. It's unfortunate because of the rules. They'll eliminate each other or one of them, but it is what it is, right? It's nothing that 2489 hasn't had to do to each other before in Osiris League. You know what I mean? That one season they had like 5 teams and they all eliminated each other. They went against an A seed kingdom for Osiris League practice, and Master Strategist stole the obelisk in 10 minutes. They played in balance mode a lot, stuff like that. Okay, I got you. I see Master Strategist on obelisk though. I like that play. I'll be honest with you, I like that play a lot. Just so y'all know, the one that I've seen is the Master Strategist right here, and they like come into like a random area right south of the obelisk. They Master Strategist over here because nobody's ever like centering over here, and they will do this and have the 30 marches and then TP it directly. What they'll do is they TP it to the backside of your obelisk because nobody's ever looking back here, right? They TP to the backside. They wait during the arc rotation where all the marches are rotating to middle. They Master Strategist to the backside of your obelisk and then swarm down your obelisk. That's the play that I've seen. I like it a lot. Especially on first rotation, I like that. I will give up a 3,000 point arc in order for you to lose your obelisk to potentially end the game. That's just my idea. On first rotation though. On second and third, I think the deeper in the game you get, the wasted the strat it is. It has to be arc 1. It has to be timed up with arc 1 in order for it to be a maximum effectiveness. Once it's past that, it's a wasted strat. The issue is they use it against a kingdom half their age and not near their quality. I'll be honest with you. I'm the type of guy that I don't like participation trophies. I don't like playing down to your competition. I'm the type, like, if it's a competitive mode, you should be going, you know, Mach 10 with your hair on fire every match. If you can destroy somebody in 2 minutes, you do it. If you destroy them in 10, you do it. If you have to destroy their ancestors and their children and all their accounts, you do it. Like, you're not killing their account in the mode, but at the same token, right, you need to practice your timings. You got to practice in live game scenarios. So it's also not their fault that Lilith Matchmaking matched them against them, right? They were matched for a reason. So I won't ever feel bad for somebody doing a strat. It's the same way I don't feel bad for small kingdoms that end up in Imperium, right? In Imperium KVKs. You're in an Imperium KVK for a reason, right? You have either too much power, your top 300 is too big. Like, there is a reason why you're in that Imperium KVK. I will never feel bad for that. I also, as a kingdom, right, if you're the smaller one, you should be excited, right? I know a lot of teams nowadays, it kind of bums me out. I'll be honest with you. It bums me out when I hear a lot of like just bitching and moaning about KVK matchups because they're bigger than us. Who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? Go fight. Go fight. That's when your most epic fun is gonna be had. Will you lose? Maybe. But will you have what makes Rock great, right? Back in the day, the thing that made Rock great is epic fights. Win, lose, or draw, you were going out on your shield. You were on comms. You were with your fam. You were with your friends. You were just balling out, right? There wasn't like a, oh, my Mart. Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, just have some fun. Ball out. And this isn't targeted at Useless. It's just in general. I hear that a lot now. GG's. Both teams, 45-34. 2 arcs to 1, 16 OT. Taking this dub. Stocking up. Not honestly as big as I thought it was, but I also don't think they did it during the Anubis captures, which is kind of an L move. But it is what it is. Total kills going here. Units healed 13 million. That is going to happen though with those players. Not a surprise. Teleports 31, 33. Yo, GG's. All right, let's go look and see what are the matches results we had real quick. But yeah, I do want to say that, like, It's not targeted at anybody, right? But in Rise of Kingdoms, the goal should be to have the most epic fights that you can have, because that's what makes Rock fun. That honestly is what makes Rock fun, right? I know people want like balanced KVKs and all this and all. I get it. I get it. Right. But the idea of balanced KVKs was never really a thing back in the day. Right. We would try, but at the end of the day, we were looking for epic KVKs. We weren't looking for balanced. We were looking for, that's why you saw a lot more 3v1s. You saw a lot more like, we'll take the small guy, y'all too big. And then because this kingdom that was doing the smaller one was twice the size of, you know, like you would see oddball matchups because it wasn't looking for balance. It was looking for the best fight. Right? You're hunting for the best fight, not the best balanced fight. Because at the end of the day, right, the bloat in a lot of kingdoms won't ever make those KVKs balanced, ever. And that, you know, it is what it is. I'm the same way, but don't ask people to practice, to just curb stomp them for an hour. Oh, okay, I get you. I get you. I thought we were talking a regular match, Solar. If you're talking practice, they're practicing a strat though, sis. Like, you got to practice timing. It's not like they can't just relaunch another one if they wanted to, or just quit it out and like, I don't know. I think there's a difference between like setting up a practice match and trying out a new strat. I get the idea of what you're talking about, like maybe in that instance practice against a level team. But I think they're just looking for like in-game timing, if I had to make an assumption. But I don't know that. It's not that deep for me. I agree with everything you said, but I need you to see what actually happened. We can always check it out after stream, though. Yeah, we can always check it out. Or if you have a recording, just send it. Setting up a practice match at an Imperium level, then asking for AC to play against them. So, okay, so hear me out. All right. Just to play devil's advocate, Solar. If you're setting up a practice match and you're not going to actually test your stuff out, then why even do the practice match? Right? I'll say it like this, like in a fighting situation, like an MMA situation, right? When you were sparring, you weren't sparring against the UFC champion. If you were a UFC champion, you were sparring against people that are going to give you a some good rounds, but aren't going to be the guy that's beating you up in the corner. You know what I mean? You aren't sparring to train for your fight against a UFC champ if you're a UFC champ. You're just not. More often than not, they're not. Their training partners are like either retired or lower ranked or whatever it is, because you, the main focus for you is for you to get the best practice, not for them to get the best practice. But I do get what you're saying though. But like, I'll say this, like you aren't going to see a lot of newer teams that like a 93T that is going to test out this strat against 60 GT, right, in a practice match, because in reality, that could be the same team that you're going to play against, right? I think you would play against a lesser opponent that you know for a fact you can use this strat, and it's not going to ever see the light of day against them, or you're going to have to worry about them already knowing about it because they're probably not going to make it that deep. No, I get it, but the thing about it is the AC perspective plus 93x. I don't know. I think it goes both ways. I think that's a valuable lesson that A team is going to learn. You're going to see strats. You're going to see stuff that you normally wouldn't see, and that's my thing. Right? You were going to see that more often. I would rather be the AC that got wrecked. Now I can go rewatch it, go see what happened, so that when I play better teams, I can learn from it. I would rather lose 1,000 matches that way and to see all the little things that top Osiris League teams are doing, so you can learn them, adapt them, make them yourself. Because a lot of these younger teams, that's the reason why they get curb stomped, because they don't see them until it's too late. They see it in Osiris League when it's way too late to notice that. They closed the game and said good game and left. Okay, well, that's kind of shit. I would say that, Solar. That is kind of shit. I wouldn't do that. But there's no film to watch. That could be a suggestion, though. I could request that too. Like practice match recordings. Might be a good suggestion, to be honest with you. Could be a potential. If there isn't film for it, then could be a good quality of life update. Anubis, yo, how's it going? Is there a match still to be played? Yeah. We just finished the 13 UTC match, and we got about an hour before the 15. So we're gonna look at some of the other stuff real quick, see who won, lost, and then we'll have another one at 15. How's it going, big dog? Good to see you, my friend. I hope the family's doing good, bud. 869 curb stomps. Yo. Let me see. Schedule. Okay, so OWR 1. Very nice. War 1. Ooh, that was a good match, though. Very nice. PW, very nice. They sent him on a Jet 2 holiday. They honestly should have changed that 7 to a T and done Jet 2. You know how many memes you can make from a Jet 2 holiday? Shee! So your bet is secure. Yeah, one of the bets was. I think the other one probably got wrecked. Family is good. Hope yours is as well. Yeah, it's very good, man. We're actually I don't know if we're doing vacation right now, but we're getting prepped for HHM. We'll be in Orlando in September. Really good to see you doing ARC again. I appreciate it, Pinch. Yeah, dude, I hope y'all are as excited as I am, man. If y'all are, help us out. Smash that like button, subscribe. See, we'll be here every week. You'll start to see more CC starting to get on the OL train, and I'll probably lose some viewers, and that's okay too, right? At the end of the day, the more eyes that are on Rock, the better. I will never get mad about other CCs doing it. The ones that stick with me are always a ride or die. They know that I've been doing it since week 1. This is my jam. This is my Super Bowl. I love Osiris League. I love it. I think the hardest thing, and the thing that I'll have to get in, is learning some of the new teams. It's probably just going to be and it's just a learning curve, right? It's just stuff that as we go through, there's just so many teams. There's over 120 teams right now, right? So I don't think I'll know everybody, but learning some of those up and coming teams so that we can know like which matches we want to watch and cast, and kind of bring y'all the best of the best. Because a lot of the times, I'll be honest with you, the CCs, when they start doing their casts and stuff, they all cast the same match, right? And so what I do is I pivot, right? If I know they're all going to cover 93T, I cover somebody else. It's not because I don't want to see the 93T, but because I feel that I want the community to be able to see other ones as well, right? Because it's unfortunate that this is a thing still. I've said this for years, that I think that this is the most unfortunate thing that you can see, is that all the matches are played at 2 time slots, essentially. Like, that's unfortunate. There's so many amazing matches that are just wasted here. Like, I really do believe that they need to move this 19 UTC to 17. And I've said that a long time. And then rotate and split the 15s to 17 and then do 13, 15, 17. That way we can, as content creators, don't have to worry like, oh, there's 27 matches going on. You know, 90% of them are at 15 UTC. You know what I mean? Like, it gives us a nice variety of stuff. I think 19 is a little far. I think the sweet spot is 13 to 17. So I'd like to see 13, 15, 17 become a thing instead of 19. I also don't like the idea that 19 is like way off in the distance. But it is what it is. We didn't look at the final one. Let me look real quick. 689p, very nice. They no-showed, GG's. Imagine no-showing. Bro, get cooked. All right, let me see Horus. Actually, let's do Sobek. Let's see. All right, 908k, won theirs pretty handily. F8 no show, or they won their no show match. GG's. 869 handing them the absolute sticks in the face. Rip. So the one that we're looking at and we put a bet on was the, where are you at? And we'll probably lose this one, which is okay. Where did I put it? Oh, it wasn't in Sobek. It was in Bastet. Let me see Bastet. Or did we already look at Bastet? We already looked at Bastet. Yeah. It was the... Where are you at? It was them. And they got wrecked. So we lost that one. That's okay. We figured that one out too late, but I did leave a comment in that video. So if the people read the comment, then they already knew. Can you watch OWR match? I think OWR already won, didn't I? Is there something specific you want me to watch? Let's see. We can watch a little bit if we just want to kill a little time. Let me see. Yes, one of the OGs, you Drago, Gecko, Redline. Man, those were the days. Yeah. I miss my boy. I'm gonna work on trying to get Redline back, baby. I don't know if he'll come full throttle, but I got some stuff up my sleeve, and I'm trying to. I got the boys on lockdown, trying to see if we can make some things happen in 4028 and Cook. And if we can, I'm gonna try to get Redline back. One of the OGs. Yo, who you watch next? So that's what we need to figure out right now. We can check out the OWR match if y'all want me to, or if there's a specific one that we want to rewatch for a little bit, we can. We still got a little time to kill, and I don't ever mind checking out stuff. Let's check it out though. I don't know these teams anymore. JST and SIP still going though. Yeah, no, there's quite a bit. Pinch. 2748 got smashed. Yeah. Apparently a lot of their people migrated out. Rip. I just noticed in community. I just noticed in your chat on stream, a lot of it gets double sent. Where? Hold on. You're the only one that's getting double sent, big dog. Are you resending the message twice, or is it just you? Because you're the only one that's getting double sent right now. I just ignored it because I wasn't like, I was gonna say, I know you're not doing it on purpose. Yeah, Solar runs, Sis runs the SIP team. All right, let me see. We didn't check out Horus. Let me check out Horus real quick. Okay, 16 OT 1, very nice. War 1 by 6, very nice. I remember, top 16 is the top 2 in here. Tiebreakers are based on net points. And so you can lose, you can get knocked out in week 1 if you no show. So it doesn't really matter. to Moria and the crew, y'all. No, I'm not double sending on my end. I only send one thing. Oh, no worry, Corn Nun. I ain't worried about it, big dog. Nobody else. I'm not seeing double messages from anybody else. You're good, bud. Could be a YouTube bug. It's all good, big dog. I know you're not doing it on purpose. Because if somebody's doing it on purpose, it spams it like 17 times and not 2. So I'm not really worried, fam. You're good. I appreciate you saying something, though. It's all good. It's probably just a YouTube thing. Let me see. 86N. Ooh. 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 Yo. Yikes. The first one of the season, team. Losing by under 100 points. Oh, hurts so bad. Hurts so bad. Jesus Christ, dude. Actually, is it over? Hold on. It might be over 100. What is that? 70, 60? Yeah, it's over 100. It's like 140. Ooh. Yikes. First one. And that's a big one in that group, too. Because I think these two are going to be... I think this is going to be a very interesting group, to be honest with you. Reason... must be provision so close. Yeah. All right, let me see. Anything else? 3927 MXM. Very nice. MP. Oh, okay. Yo, gave him the absolute sticks. Gave him the absolute sticks. Yikes. That one GL bet, or I didn't bet on him, but was looking kind of rough in the streets. Anubis, did we look at Anubis? Let me see. But they're all 15 UTC, right? Yep. Imagine a whole realm and having 0-13 UTC time slots. That's wild. And we looked at these. All right. Y'all wanted me to check out OWR. Let me see real quick. Yeah, I think they're in Vastad. Yeah, let's check them out. We'll just let it ring. We'll just let it ring real quick. We've got to kill a little time. Might as well have a little fun with it. Let me see. We'll zoom past it. We don't need to wait for the whole thing. All right. I always like watching breakoffs first. It shows me the noobs from the non-noobs. Easy prediction for OWR. All of them 15 UTC. That's awful. Yep. That's what I said. So energetic coming out from OWR. Energetic from both. Sentries. See the sentry placement. That's an interesting placement right there too. This one right here. So this one, I would have moved this one a little bit closer here. And this is just me nitpicking, right? Because OWR, if they come and check this out, they'll look. I would have moved this right here. And that's the reason why teams like 93T and them and Korean teams put it right here. Because you get the coverage from behind the rock, but you also cover the backside of the Sky Altar to see when they're pushing, right? This has no visibility up north. So a lot of teams will put it on this backside, so you cover both this side. If teams come in, they have a natural tendency of parking their marches all right here instead of pushing forward. And then you also get the lane when they're running like this. So that's the reason why you would do that, right? So if anything, I would optimize this, push this up right here, and you cover both right here. All right. So splitting both sides, if that's the idea of that's what you were trying to do, is cover the advancement for Sky Altar, right? If you weren't trying to do like that, then I would do what I was suggesting, put it right here so you cover both sides. Because you'll see either teams are going to do this, right? They're going to push to this, which it looks like, I'm trying to see where they're lining up. It looks like they're pushing direct to the Sky Altar, but you will see teams that are going to park right here and just wait to see if you run past them and then run. I wasn't paying attention to obelisk jumpers, but we can see right off the rip, red is doing some provisioning, so that's good to see. Energetic come from both sides. Pretty late out of the gates out here on the top side for OWR. Let's see. Okay, so there you go. See? So they aren't running direct to the altar. They're running to this cushion, this stop point. I always watch this in high view because I like to see if people are running. I'm not super fond of what they're doing topside. Let me see. Okay, they vectored back down. Okay, that's fine. So this is kind of a giveaway right here, right? They're like awkwardly over. Like if you're gonna do this, you should do it over here. You should do it over here. Right? This is too close, and even when one march is gonna come, see, he's just getting all the info right now. He knows the whole ball is here. He's just showing the info. Instead of dropping a sentry, he's just doing this. Just to light them all up. That's it. He's a walking sentry right now. That's a lot of marches pushing for a Shrine of Life. I ain't gonna lie. So they used the play call knowing full well they didn't push. They didn't push over here either. Scouts, there should be a free grab here. Hold on, let me see. Titan 748W lost Viet Minh, their main art coordinator planner. RIP. Golly, I miss Rock. I don't know if I can wake my account and still catch up though. How long have you been out, Pinch? Catch up would be always a ton of time unless you have money, and then still. Depends on how long you've been out. I don't know how long you've been out. If you tell me, I can tell you, because I was out for a little under 2 years. So I can tell you. Did you get the commander swap? So you get commander swap if you've been out for X amount. If it's the 30-day return, you get the commander swap. Or I think it's longer than 30 days, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Where you get all the events and the new wheel and like all that shit, that you get that. Because I got that. Sun Sailor? What the fuck? Huh? What is that? Oh god, I'm gonna have to look this up. What is Sun Sailor, chat? Can somebody? I really hate that you can't freaking click this shit. I want to see. I really wish the icon would pop up and let me know what this is. I haven't seen Sun Sailor. I need to look up what that is. So altars, OWR doing their thing, pushing forward. I wish I could hit the pause button on this thing too, but I can't. No, I'm not playing anymore, but watching this makes me want to see what's up. But Rock isn't a game you just pick up and play. Yeah, for sure, Pinch. You already know. I can bring you up to speed if you want. Let me know. I'll add you on Discord. But Rock isn't a game. Yeah, I think it's a YouTube thing because now Pinch, it has it on Pinch too. Yep, and there's Corn. I don't know what it is, man. It has to be a YouTube thing. Because I'm seeing it, but I know y'all aren't doing it. I don't know. It's all good. I'm not worried about it. All right. I kind of want to zoom forward and see what's going on with the arc rotations. How close are we? 5 minutes? I need to see what Sun Sailor is, though, at some point. Let me see how their arc rotation looks for OWR. Oh, you sent this skill? Okay, give me 1 second. Let me check it out. General chat. Corny, let me see. Select 2 locations on the map to place solar. 60 seconds later, will activate any troops, regardless of the team, that gets within range of an active will be teleported to the other and gain 50% march speed for 10 seconds. Interesting though. For 5 skill points though? Ugh. I'm not a huge fan of that. I like the idea of it, but not for 5 skill points. Not for 5 skill points. I don't dislike the idea of it, of it because it's teleporting 50 troops. It gives you march speed, but I'm not a huge fan of, like, honestly, march speed's kind of a dud. Now, if it gave you like 50% attack for 10 seconds, then it would be pretty broken. But march speed, I'm good. I'm good. Like, I would skip that skill. That's a hard skip right there for me. All right, mid, slow to rotate. Interesting from both sides though. I appreciate it, Corn. It's like a teleport. It's like teleport portals. Yeah, the problem is it teleports it, but you need to have that as, like, if you're gonna do an obelisk pool, maybe, right? But it just, I think the timing of that was really bad. Like, they probably should have used that when people were rotating mid right now. You know what I mean? If you're going to use something like that and you just TP to the backside of the obelisk, have 50 marches, should be plenty to rotate to this backside. So what you would do is the Sun Sailor, backside of yours, backside of enemy, and then have 50 marches literally as they're rotating out, right? So the idea would be this: you put it close enough to your obelisk where it's out of range of people seeing it, and you're jumping out of your city with 5 marches and literally dumping into the portal, and as it comes out, it's coming out. But you have to catch them when they're rotating mid. And it has to be the first arc. But they popped it so early that I don't like the idea of that. It needed to be like on the fresh, you know how we always say where you kill your marches off to refresh them to rotate middle? That is the perfect scenario that you should be running that. Right? But the thing is you need to pop that when they're already running over here, not before they run over here, or else it's wasted too, because they'll see it and they already know that you're probably going for an obelisk pull. You also have to be careful, because if you put it too close to their obelisk, the opponent could use it and come to the backside of your obelisk and cook you too. So it worked both ways. You just have to be real careful about that. Back when I played, we had marches with speed gear that allows for fully geared marches to be fast. Yeah, it doesn't seem the greatest. Definitely for obelisk plays and surprises against late rotation teams. So the downside of Anubis is, yeah, both sides can use it though. So you have to place it somewhere that's like your opponent's not going to see it. We made Chisco's team quit with our obelisk rush with speed gear. Oh Lord, that's funny. That's too funny. All right, so OWR is blue. Oh no, OWR is red. So what happened here, bro? Dude, that occupation score is rank, bro. And of course, blue's not picking it up, so they're gonna get curb stomped. See, this is what you can't have. This is a sign of a new team right here. I want you to watch this. This is the sign of a new team, is this. I wish I could just slowly scrub back. This is probably way too far. Okay. Is this. Okay, so blue is the one that needs this. They sorely need it, bro. They lost like every occupation, bro. Literally. So they need it. OWR pushing over here, which the reality is, oh, actually, yeah, they see a little bit of them right here, and they'll picky boo them right here, but they're getting caught out right here, bro. There's no way they're gonna. Yeah, I was gonna say there's no way. There's no reason OWR should win this arc. Zero reason. And now look, here comes the pinch. Very nice. There's no reason they should win this. Skills should have already been popped. Clean this ball up and you're good. No, zero reason. Let's see. Let's see. Now I'm particularly watching the arc. The arc's being there. Blue owns the numbers, but it has refused to pick it up. And now you're seeing OWR pick it up. This signs of noob. Sign of noob is picking it up from the side. That's an L. But watch this. I want you to watch how slow he runs and where the arc falls because he picked it up from the side. He made zero progress because he picked it up from the side. If he would have picked it up from the back, it would have been over here. And that's the reason why, right? You should always be picking it up from the back. Right? Right now, blue should be scrambling to pick this up. And I bet you OWR picks this up. Yep. There you go. So OWR is going to inch it, even if their arc runner dies. Zero rationale why OWR won that arc. I will tell you this, if OWR does that against a better team, they're going to lose. Because that push, while it was sneaky, it could have obliterated their entire ball if those marches were stronger in the middle, and then this arc would have been over before it even spawned. So I would say it worked this time. It's not going to work against a better team, though. Back in my day, yeah, exactly. It was a requirement for our team that every player have 5 full windswept marches for arc use. Oh yeah. Perry! So Boba, glad to see you doing another season of Osiris League. I appreciate it, broski. How you doing, big dog? You having a good one? Good day so far? They need to hold the arc. I don't think they popped enough skills for it to be worth holding. No mark from 748. The problem with that, right, is they don't have any structures ticking for them. Doesn't really help them. Right? They're using no mark and have 377 per minute. Really, like, I would have saved that at minimum to see if you even get these altars, because right now your opponent owns all the altars. You're gonna get cooked. think they're gonna hold it. I think this is an insta cap situation. I think OWR knows that they own them in the middle. They also know that 748 doesn't have probably any skill bar. So for me in this scenario, I would push it. I think if 748 showed like good gumption in the middle, then maybe you hold it. But I think in this scenario, they banged them out with less forces. I would just roll it. I'd roll tide in this. See how long they hold it. They probably honestly don't even need arc either. So let's see. Yeah, they're holding it. They're just gonna bang them out. One. Let's see. This is honestly where the mid fights. Yeah, they're already up by what is that? 13K right now. This is usually and these are the plays that I don't like. Bro, why? This one Shrine of Life is not going to make or break your match at this point. You need to win mid. I get why. This would be the play if you owned. Right. If you were good at dominating structures, that might be the play. What you can't do is you can't lose mid anymore, and they're about to lose it. Here goes. Teen them up. 1 minute. See what they do. To the death. Opt out, let him push in. OWR using it as well. So I wish I could pause it right here. The big difference that's coming in right now is the marches that they're being sent to mid. I want you to pay specific attention. Let me zoom out. I want you to see what marches the differences are. I want you to see what the difference is. So we have BQ, Herman, right? Herman, Achilles, STP, GG's, LC, STP, Scipio. Almost none of these are useful in middle. Almost none of them are useful in middle. That's the problem. BQ isn't going to really do very much, right? Are they tanky? Sure, right? But what they're using is, right, look at what they're using here. Achilles. Then you're seeing Arthur's in here. You're seeing a lot of AoE shit in here. QSHs. You're seeing a lot of stuff that's just doing damage, right? It's not there to tank. It's there to wreck. That's the thing that I don't like that I saw from 748 is the marches that they're sending in the middle don't hit hard enough to where they're going to survive that long. That's why they're getting gangbanged in the middle. Just the sheer amount of QSHs that are in the middle right now doing AoE is out of there. I'm also not a huge fan of I'm okay with STP. I would rather see more Hermans in the middle, get a little poison going. Like there's so many stats and like strats that you can go with for mid. Some just go pure DPS, some go stacks, some go combos with drums. It's just a matter of what combo you want to go with, but you need to be putting some work if you're going to use to the death. If you're going to go with tanky marches, then you need to be going with Heaven's Grace or be switching that up, because popping to the death with those marches is pointless. It might be meta for to the death, but it's definitely not meta with those marches. So got a nice 4-way split, which is ideal, which is what you want to do, because 748 doesn't have any pressure on the map, so you don't need to follow the arc runner that well. This is a nice little play on that. I do like the marches that OWR sent. The first arc run I wasn't super stoked about. The second one was very clean though. All right, we're getting close, fam. I think we're gonna back out of this match. It was a nice little watch though. Let me see. We need to figure out our 15 UTC's time slot, and I still need to get water. So give me 1 second, team. Let me get us on the screen, and I'm gonna go get some water real quick. Okay, because I am parched. League bets. I know I lost one. Which one did I lose? I lost that one. What? I won. Huh? Oh, I didn't do it. It was on Bastet. It was that one, right? What? Why isn't it showing the second one? Did I not make that one? Oh, there you go. So, did decent on that one. I don't know why it doesn't show. Why is it? Oh, it shows it per realm. Ugh. Wish it would just show all of them together. That's fine. All right, I'll be right back, team. Give me 1 second. Right, team, we are here. We are here. All right, let's figure out what our 15 UTC time slot is going to be. All right, 15. Let me see. Horus. Oh, wrong one. No. I do like 1158. I haven't seen them though. I don't know if they're any good. 1158 is very good though. Or used to be. I know you were talking about this one. Alt 41 OG. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was half tempted. If the odds would have been better, I was half tempted to go on a bet on this one. A win KVK and chill with Osiris League. Good rock day. Hell yeah, Slaughter. Hell yeah. Blue gets wrecked holy. Yeah. Kind of want to watch OG later. I didn't actually check who they're up against. Well, they got plenty of time now. Now KVK is over. We were trying to see Sully did this, right? Sully came in here, he was like, hey brother, I wanted to give you a free win, so I didn't push account, you know, I didn't push it in 1660 for KVK, you know, like we in return, right, Sully, we in return wanted to help y'all out with the Osiris League, so we finished y'all off in KVK before Kingsland so that y'all could dedicate more time to Osiris League. See, so we are, my friend, we are on the same side. You know what I mean? Like, we were thinking about y'all. We really want y'all to focus on this Osiris League thing. You know what I mean? Y'all be the best that y'all can be. Solid Nuzzle, just kidding. Doing fine, bro. Chilling and watching you with Osiris League. What will the next match be? We're looking right now. I don't know who Sully is. Solimar from 1660. He's the big whale kraken. He's this guy. He was in the stream earlier. Where did he go? Where'd you go, Dirty Sully? Solimar. Where the shit? Where did he go, bro? The fuck? Did I pass him? Did he change his name? Well, he was an OG. Let me see. Brother. Look at Apple. Apple gain power in KVK. Jesus Christ. Habibi. Somehow they lost KVK but gained power. Hey, it is what it is. Sometimes it works that way. I don't know where he went though. Where is he at? What the fuck? He was there though. The puppet master of our KVK. It is what it is, my friend. Yeah, he was in the chat earlier. He's a homie. I've known him for a while. I used to play with him back in the day in 1307. The account wasn't that big, but I don't know very well. All I know is Apple. When I jumped in his stream, he said he's gonna be in the Arc match. Hence, I want to watch it, see how Apple does. I don't know if I've watched Apple play yet. I don't think I've watched Apple in Arc before. They should be pretty fresh though. Raul! How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. 93T versus Woo is probably the most interesting. Oh yeah, I got sidetracked, team. See what y'all did to me? Hold on, let me see. Oh, well, go spectate. Let's go to Horus first. Horus. Let me see. Let's check out Anubis. Anubis is all 15 UTC, I think, for the most part. Beer, 24 PG. LN93. We're going all over the place. So whichever one out of the 4 realms is the one we want to watch. I'm down. Let me see. 49. Hogwarts. Yo. Let's see. JST versus AX. I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm kind of interested by that one. That kind of interests me. If it's the old AX, this might actually be a good fight. I think the mid fight would be what wrecks that match. Because I think JST will wreck him in the middle. Didn't see Carr around. Yeah, I don't know where Carr hasn't been here yet today. Or I haven't seen him in chat yet. He might be getting ready for his match though. Watch 40-30 Max. Sorry. Watch 40-30 Max. 003 VG. Dude, you gotta get Mafu on that, big dog. You know what I'm saying? What is Mafu doing, brother? I'm just kidding. I love my boy. Let me see. E68, LX17. This actually is gonna be a good one too. House of Targaryens. 5MS, SLC, DQ39. Ooh, that one's a good one too. Do you want to see our ducks? Ducks fly together. A little Synth action. Well, Sis is at 19. We might check her out at 19. Versus 39, 37. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, brother. Good luck, man. Right. Let me see Sobek. I don't think there's any in Sobek that I actually want to see. That was the one, 1.3. I think it's, let's see. We're picking one. I'm just going through them. Now I look through. Scug. Let me see. Sorry, my boys just lost. GG's, brother. They got fucking cooked. They deserve to hold that L. I'm an Optic fan. They just got absolutely dog walked. Too much dicking around. Too much dicking around, boys. Let me see. Nom. Oh, wait. Dude, that Paris crowd is wild. Love it. Love it for the COD scene. Beer 64. Ellen. I'm looking right now. I don't even know. I thought there would be better matches this week. I ain't gonna lie. You know what? We're gonna go with this one. Let me see. What is this? Round one. I think we're gonna go with the old beer GT. I want to see them. I want to see them. Let's see. 60. Where were they at again? Should have looked. Yeah, we're about to log in here in a couple minutes. It's usually 5 minutes out, so we got like 2 more minutes. Let me find them real quick. Man, Anubis? The fuck were they at? They're right here. They're minute 31. We're gonna watch that one. I don't know how Hogwarts did though. 69 BN, 65 AC. Can Hogwarts use its magic and take out? Just take them out. They're live. Click it again. No, we got about 2 minutes. It's usually 5 minutes after, so we'll be there. We will be there. Here we go. Well, Harry, dude, if they don't have wizard names, bro, this is an L move right here. There's no way you change your alliance name to Hogwarts and don't have wizard names. You can't have a theme and not have a theme, but it's good to know that 1960 is actively recruiting. GG's. Just can't let it die. Let it die, brother. Let it die. They just wanted the crown. They wanted they didn't want to let that part die. A match against 1981 starting. Yo, good luck. Solomon. Good luck. Good luck. 13 seconds. King Dumbledore. See, Pinch, you're catching on. You know the assignment here. You know the assignment. There needs to be some wizard names in this piece. You know what I'm saying, team? All right, let's go with, all right. Dun, 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 dun. Kills Witch. GG's. Terrible name. Terrible name. Bunny. Rip. We got some McThickens out here, bro. These aren't wizards, bro. What? Now I'm triggered. But they got some fat accounts. What is that? Jesus Christ. These some fat accounts. Not PH, just fat. Some fat account. 160 on average, fam. There's 108, there's 95. Okay, so the only L move that I'm seeing now, okay, 208. Oh my God, dude. They got the McThickens on this side. What in the world? Well, they're not going to run out of troops. I don't think. But not a single wizard name. Not a single wizard name. Rip. Rip, Harry. I hope they're coming in one by one. I was about to say, I hope they're coming in one by one, or this is gonna be real bad. All right. Oh. Ruby Tuesday, 136, Sneaky Cactus. Dude, what an L surprise. Look, Bia. I remember Bia. Bia. There's Hulk. Yo. Okay. Remember, I used to play with Hulk back in the day. When we were in Navi. Evil. Pew Pew Daddy. Pew Pew Daddy. Alright, here we go. Yeah, we have a proper fight. I was about to say, y'all had me worried here for a minute, team. Primate. Misspelled, but GG's. Sebo, yo! I remember Sebo. Amazing Sebo. Oh, let me message your boy. Hold on, let me message him. Bro, let me message him. No, my boy Sebo. Arc extraordinaire, my friend. Very nice. 14 seconds. Let's see how it goes. Good luck, both teams. GG's. Let's have a fun time. Hogwarts got some thick accounts, though, big dog. You know what I'm saying? I need me a Dobby, yeah, or Hagrid. Yeah, there needed to be something there. That was kind of an L move. How do you name yourself Hogwarts and not have a single wizard name in it? Kind of an L. Interesting match. Yeah. Disappointing. Yeah. Hogwarts disappointed me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. They didn't even have like wizard profile pics or nothing. All right, here we go. Breakoffs. Let's see how they're doing. We run into a little structure action. We're doing a little tile hopping. We're looking at both of them. It doesn't look like the 60 is going to be tile hopping. Okay, there you go. He finally found the structure. Tile hopping through one. Overall, it looks like 60's marches are faster. But it looks like Hogwarts is going to get... Hogwarts is red, though, as I do this cast. Going to be touching the obelisk first. Barely. Yeah, by a couple seconds. Hogwarts in for the first. It looks like, but overall, it looks like 60 is going to have the faster touch for both. See if we see any sneaky stuff going on here. Let's check the skills that were popped because I wasn't paying attention. Energetic coming out from 60KA. Finally, both obelisks coming out. Okay. Sentries being primarily focused. I want to see if they pop their third one right here for red, for Hogwarts. They definitely they committed sentries on top for sure. The problem is top isn't the one that they're going to push, right? If y'all remember from the last match, right? The reason that this is an L is because this is the side they're going to play defense on. So who cares? Right? If anything, you should have put the double here so that you could see all the bottom marches, because this is the side that's going to push down. And they don't have a single sentry on that bottom side, I don't think, that I see. So that's the only L. You got to know which sides are going to push. This side having double sentries is kind of an L, because they're just going to post up right here, and then you just wasted them. Down here, you don't know whether they're going to sit, whether they're wrapping around, whether they're just direct marching. What are they doing down here? I'm sure you'll see some fast cav there right here. They're just going to gather some information. Sneaky tactics coming out for Hogwarts. Yo! All right, we're playing. They're doing the play here. Let's see. We're zooming in. We're zooming in. Here we go. We got the 30 marches coming through. Are these... Here's the thing. Are they doing the strat against 60 against their own strat? I don't know if these are T1. They are running pretty fast, but I don't know if this is going to be fast enough, team. Yeah, see? The full commit right here. Still 1 minute. They're like, guys, y'all aren't going to pull our own strat on us. They also pop that very far away. I'm not a huge fan of that. They should have popped it when they were right here, somewhere closer, because now they're gonna come unveiled literally the moment that it's gonna run out. They should have already kept pushing. Kind of an L. Yeah, too late. Too late. They're gonna swarm the rally down. Wait, did they run a QSH rally? Bro, why? What is that? Dude, they're gonna insta swarm that. That's getting cooked. Oh no, how not to run this? Oh God. Oh God. Ooh-wee. Yeah, that got blasted, dude. What a waste. Not only that, but now you have energetic on the side of your opponent. Will they get first touch in this desert altar? 100%. Are they going to hold it? 0%. They're going to TP in now. They're going to kill these marches, refresh, kill them, and then rotate in. They won't steal the first occupation. That was kind of an L move right there, fam. I ain't going to lie. That's a failed attempt right there. Nice try, though. Nice try. Just way too far out, and they didn't use fast marches, which was the L move. Nobody went in the structure. What? Bro, what was that? You didn't even go in. Oh, GG's Hogwarts. You just disappeared in the stratosphere. What was that? How did you not even get in? Bro, yeah, they're cooked. Hogwarts is done. That tells me all I need to know right there. Like, how do you... So not only did they invest sneaky tactics and not do anything with it, they pushed forward to then die to not even get in the structure. So all around L's, all in that one side. Just all L's. They're handing out L's out here. Handing out L's. Now we got a QSH garrison down here and nobody swarming it. Get cooked, bro. Jesus Christ. Did they at least, bro? They're not even holding their own altars. Yeah, this match is done. Match is done. The match is done, though. I can already tell you right now, this is going to be like a 40K difference right here. Just based on that play right there, I can tell you it's going to be like a 30-40K differential at the end of this match. You bet the house on this one? Oh, no. I told you not to. And no mark already coming out. For the side of 60. Oh yeah, this is gonna wrap up. This is gonna rack up real fast, real quick. Renato, yo, welcome to the Burrito Gang, my friend. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate the support, big dog. So this 60K team is the combo of some GT members and some beer members. This match is over. His first occupation is about to ding in. Jeez. It's about to be like 6,000 to 1,000 here in a minute. Here it goes. Here come the first occupations. Ding, 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 ding. Ding, ding, ding. We're at an 8K differential here in a minute. Ding, ding, ding. And especially with no mark, here it comes. All right, triple first ox right there. Here come the back end ones right here. Here come the altar right here. Should put them at what, about close to 5. Yep. This one, they're already pushed up. Look how deep they are. They deep. Bro, cooked. This match is done. Done. Come back for you. Because here's the deal, right? And I'm interested, we're still going to stick around and watch it because at the end of the day, I want to see how well this new team does in mid. Because the thing that made Beer really strong as a team, right, was the idea that their mid game was fantastic, right? When they lost last season, right, they only had one obelisk and they were still winning mid fights. Their mid fight was very good. And so I want to see how well they do in mid. Definitely want to watch that. First occupation came in on the shrine. Altar is about to get capped as well. This match is over before it began. That sneaky tactics play, I think, deflated their balloon right off the rip, which was kind of an L. But the timing was off, like everything was off. I now get why they double popped the sentries to see if the team retreated. But the moment they retreated, right, if you're going to do a play like that, you have to do it with fast cav. You can't do it with your normal marches. It just doesn't work that way. The other giveaway, and I will say this, the other thing that gave it away was you double sentried on one side and didn't even put a single sentry on the bottom side. So you directly gave away which side you were going to because you double sentried there for a reason, which nobody does. You popped the skill and then you gave it away at that point, right? You also shouldn't have used a QSH rally. That was kind of a dud too. I don't know who thought of that. And once again, yeah, the rotation is very, very clean coming in. And at this point, honestly, they might, with no mark, might just be able to focus on the structures and forget the mid. But we'll see. I want to see a little mid fight action. I just did a triathlon. Yo, Killa. Congrats, my friend. Congrats. Oh yeah, it looks like they're going full structures. But they canceled swim because it was too foggy. So it's just the run and the bike. Nice. Do you have a good time? Now you're just chilling with this. I appreciate it, big homie. Yeah, after this match, what we'll do is we'll call that a stream. Because I need to go get lunch with the wifey and, you know, we do a little errand running. And then at 18:30 UTC, we'll be back for the 19 UTC match cast. And then even y'all have a double banger today. We will cast the 19 UTC. And then immediately following that, we have the 20 UTC arc match in Huns that I'll be playing in. And so then we'll be doing that. All right, let's get in. I was hoping for more marches, but we'll deal with it. War drums coming in from 3G. That ain't gonna be enough. That ain't gonna be enough. And then you let blue run it, bro. The good part is they at least ran it in the worst possible spot, which is fantastic. Should kill the arc carrier. I just don't think they're going to kill these marches off. I'll be honest with you. I think blue is doing a fantastic job blocking and they're going to come and pick this up. That's a CC definitely, or a belly. Yep. He's dancing around too much. This match is toast. All right, let me hold on real second. I'm pulling up on my phone real quick to see if there is another closer one. Dun, 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 dun. All right, let me see. Spectate. Chorus. 1158 is close. Nerf is close. Sorry, I'm just leaving it here, chat, because I'm trying to see if there's another close match that I actually want to see. 16ZO is dominating. VV is beating Fear. TCG. Okay, and they're dominating that. So there is a possibility of one other in Horus. One second. LN, Beer. I see if there's an upset going right now. Make sure y'all hit the like on the stream. I appreciate you, Nubis. 7K to 4K with MCN having the arc at the moment in the OG match. Ooh, interesting. So MCN will catch up. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's an upset in the making right now. All right, 1606 is dominating, so there's no reason to go there. I kind of want to see this one. There might be an upset, possibly in Anubis. It's close. I'm not calling the upset, but it's close. Almost everybody is in double-digit leads right now. When I wanna fall in love with you. All right, let me see if there's any in so back. I think Anubis might be the one we jump to, fam. Might be. Yeah, I think so. Let me look at Anubis real quick one last time before we make the jump. Just want to make sure. Dang. Kind of want to. Yeah, this one is cooked. I already told y'all. I knew right off of that play this one was cooked. All right, let's see. The one that I'm looking at is this. I will show y'all, chat. Schedule, Anubis, this one. If blue's holding the arc. Okay, this one's not that close then. This one's like a double differential right there. Yeah, okay. I didn't know. I was hoping that red had the arc, but if they don't have the arc, then this one's kind of chalk too. Let me see. Oh, is the match solar? Nah, that one got cooked very fast. Dust up. So see, this is the combo that I was telling y'all about that needs to happen. Dust up plus Heaven's Grace. One of those are the combos that need to happen during mid fights. If you're gonna combo that to try to combat. Yeah, this one's over too. The structure game is super strong with 89. I was really hoping that red had the arc. All right, let me see if I can find another one. I need to find a closer match for us real quick, but I'm scrolling on my phone real quick so that we can still be in something while I'm looking. But yeah, 89 has this one on lock already. Let me see. Woo. 1158. That one's actually a good match too. Nerf. Let's go watch a team I don't even know about. I had never heard of this team, and so we're gonna go check them out. They're in Horus. They're in Horus, and we are going to... Where's Nerf at? I've been eager to check them out, and people have been telling me to check them out. Here we go. Let's check this match out. Who has this one? Blue. So Nerf has the arc. And they're the ones that are down. Okay, very cool. All right, let's check out how the landscape looks real quick. See the skills. So we went to the death, arc 1 for Nerf, to the death. So both teams used to the death with dust up. We went energetic off the break-offs. Okay, so it hasn't been that much skill usage. All right, here we go. Let's get into this one. Little Nerf action. Nerf balls. Where's the arc at? Oh, let me minimize this. All right, so keep in mind they are holding the arc. I've never been a huge fan of this, I'll be honest with you. But it is what it is. Oh, brother. Got STP in there? Come on. Come on, Nerf. You gotta be swarming that. Yeet. You gotta punish him for it. Looks like somebody's swarming it. Jesus Christ, on a motorbike. Do STP new garrison meta? Question mark? Oh. Hey, he held on longer than he should have. Like, this should have been gone like 20 seconds ago. There it is. Nerfed. Hashtag nerfed. Oh, yo, we got the Canubis. Yo. There you go. That should go in favor of Nerf. Unless he did. I don't know if he touched it right there. That's the mistake. Hold on. I'm really hoping they didn't just lose that one. Okay, so I think red got the bottom one and then blue. Okay, so they split them. That's what I meant by sniping, sis. Like, if teams do that, like, it's wild. But blue is holding a ton of structures. They just haven't all ticked over yet. 471, so slightly in favor of 07. Occupation, close, provisioning. Are they provisioning? Let me see. I see a couple over here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they're both sides are provisioning. Very nice. They are still holding that arc, fam. Ugh. I don't know. What are y'all's thoughts, team? Y'all put it in the chat. Do y'all like the idea of when teams hold the arc or no? I'm a huge proponent that I don't like it because I feel like if your occupation game is really strong, you can get away with it, right? If it's not and it's flip-flop, I would rather go out on my shield going towards mid than having to hope that our provisioner is going to out-provision their provisioner. Like, I don't know. It's just a personal choice, though, but I do get why some people do that. I just think having 2 arcs in a match is very risky unless your occupation game is super strong. $12K to $10K in favor of OG right now. 448 for OG and 517 for MCN. Is that an interesting enough match or 2K difference? Yeah, that's a great match, Corny. Corn, that's a very tight-knit match. That's a close one. This one's close too. I just kind of wanted to see these because I don't know either one of these teams. So I feel like people kept telling me about Nerf, but I hadn't seen them. So I kind of wanted to see them, and it was a close match, which makes it even more enticing. I mean, I feel like it depends. In most cases, you'd want to cap when you lose mid badly. Yeah, agreed. Everyone needs a Phil. Goat provisioner, yeah. The Phil. I don't know. Is Phil still playing? I haven't chatted with Phil forever. Is Phil still playing? I need to find. I don't even know. Oh, I need to sneeze. Oh, my nose is tickling. It's getting the tickle. Oi. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Oh yeah, I could just check the leaderboard. I can check the leaderboard. There should be leaderboards up already. Haven't talked to him since I left. Yeah, I forgot about that. I can just check the leaderboards right now. After. Probably do it before the next match at 19 UTC when we fire the next stream up. We can check all that out. Because I don't usually have that much time in between, so I usually dip pretty quick after this match done. Puddle Cakes, yo! Puddle Cakes is in Nerf? Yo, I haven't chatted with Puddle Cakes in a hot second. If you know, you know. Dude, Puddle Cakes, OG, fam. I saw the name walking by. Yo, Puddle Cakes. OG. 93T hasn't played. What? I thought they were at 15 UTC. Are they not? Maybe they're not. And playing on 93T. Ah, okay. Very nice. I just know he plays. Are they? Phil deserves to be a gathering commander for Arc and specific. He gets a special buff. I always stick with my boy JD. I ain't gonna lie. JD will always be my guy. The amount of matches that man has clutched in his career can make a whole fucking highlight reel. Can make a whole fucking highlight reel of that guy. The absolute legend himself, JD. He's one of the very few that I would say has that title. He sits on the throne. Yeah. All right, so they captured the Ark. So they're up by a little over 2K, so like 2.2 right now. Occupation. Ooh. So this is a little off from Nerf. Rotating a little too early. 5 minutes is a long time. So if you see this, right, and they see that, if you're 07, you should be going after structures right now, instantly. You have plenty of time to go for structures. Shoot, let them stand there for the next 4 minutes. You know what I mean? All right. Hey, 07 didn't punish them, so they got away with it for now. I think they're playing very timid right now. They don't want to lose any of their structures. But they can sneak this altar and at least flip it and reset it. That's going to be a huge W. Huge W right here if they can do this. Are you an analyst? I feel like you'd be good at analyzing games for people. Me? I've casted over 1,000 Osiris League matches. I was one of the original guys to launch the official Rise of Kingdoms casting program. So the one that you see the guys doing on the official channel, I was one of the originators for that. So I helped launch that one. I helped launch the Grand Prix casting program, and yeah, that's my experience docket, as I've casted over 1,000 Ark of Osiris League matches. I'm biased with Phil, but I would wager my account with the OL skin any day that Phil would out provision anyone. I think it's a little different though. I think it also depends on the strategy too, Anubis, and you know that as well as I do. JD back in the day when it wasn't nerfed, I think it would be different. I think a lot of teams also use skills to help it, so it makes it different too if that's part of the plan or not. 93T never really used stocking up. I mean, Phil is just a siege player. It's really all he can do in an Ark match. You know what else a siege player can do for you, Solar? Pull in 6,000 to 7,000 score. I wouldn't sleep. More amazing teams have lost because of provisioning than almost any other time. There's a reason that Squad never won, that TR never won, and guess what? It's all the same reason. There's a reason why JST hasn't won outside of one time, right? Every single time, the best teams in the league, what separates them is the provisioning. If you don't believe me, go watch them. I promise you. Every time JST gets knocked out of Osiris League, it's because of provisioning. Every time GT would lose, they were losing because of provisioning. Every time any major team loses, they're losing because of provisioning. They're not losing because they get blown out by 15 arcs. The provisioning is the deciding factor of top tier teams, nothing else. I saw 60 GT blow the brakes off of 93T in mid 4 times, and they still lost. They still lost because then 93T focused on occupation and provisioning, and then what it does is the occupation helped like bridge that gap, and then the provisioning put them over the top. It happens every season, every single season. I think a lot of teams sleep on provisioning, thinking that they can just, well, we'll just win Arc and win. Doesn't work that way with big. Once the teams become nilled up, it's a nerf getting clapped in the middle though. That's not a good sign. Let me see. To the death. Okay, so this was no. Oh, they both used time warp to the death. Rip. 07. Looks like they're wrecking in the middle, but you can't really tell. Still a lot of blue in there. Still a lot of blue. Not anymore. You made his account for that though. Phil outscored me sometimes, and I scored arcs for a living. Yeah, dude had spawn patterns times with rotations for his marches, and they were practically perfect. He was the reason we could be aggressive as we were every match, to be honest. Yeah, I think it's also I think you'll also find that there are instances where teams will legitimately plan for that, and so it's tough. I've seen teams where I would say, instead of the marches worrying on outposts, they would honestly just chase provisioners all game, and then it nuked the provisioner all game long. So there are strats around it. A lot of teams just don't invest into it. Blackjack plan to disrupt him. Yeah, there's plenty of teams that do it. Right, and there are ways, like, I would say this, if you as a planner can know like where the spawns are, you can use sentries and pop a sentry here, pop a sentry here, because once the map starts, all you need to do is identify which side he's going to, because more often than not, provisioners stick to one side. You don't see them have 3 marches here, 2 marches over here, because they don't like jumping back and forth. You're gonna see them around each other. So if you, as long as you know which side they are, right, you can do that. This is an L right here too. You shouldn't be going back. That lets you know they're a little bit rookie. Wet behind the ears. Wasted time. Nerf with the bringing forward that Attila, I assume Attila David. I'm just imagining 20 marches escorting the provisioner now. No, you just use the player that would normally be just focused on outposts. They just send them around, and as long as they're not in the nodes, then you're distracting them and you're good. So the trick with the provisioners, right, is you're not trying to kill them. If you are going to kill them, you're killing them inside the tile, right? Now, the counterplay is, if it's a good provisioner, they're going to know, right? They're going to know that you can't die in the tile, right? That doesn't mean you don't hit the march. You read that march out so low that it cripples their capacity. And then from there, they'll kill off their own march. Right, so the idea isn't to kill their march, it's to lower it down to where it's either worthless or isn't big enough to really do any damage to you. Yeah, but most good provisioners are, that's literally their whole job, is to watch their marches, and they see them getting hit, then they just pull them off, and if you want to kill them, kill them. They just know not to die in the tiles. That's all. It's not about catching them, Anubis. If they're not in the tile, they're not scoring. You don't need to catch them. You just need to keep them out of the tiles. At the end of the day, if you're doing that, you're not trying to kill off the marches. Anyways. So if they aren't paying attention, it can be detrimental. Maybe, but you could do that. You could say the same thing about Inferno, right? But most provisioners that invest like that aren't rookie provisioners. Those are the players that are scoring 6,000 to 7,000 score. Oh yeah, no, they're fast. And then they're using T1s, and it's a whole strat around it. The node spawns is kind of wild though. That's pretty insane. Let's look at what the points per minute Nerf is doing it. But keep in mind, 07 does have the arc. 07 does have the arc in possession. It'll be interesting to see when they cap this. My guess is they're waiting to see how structures hold up before they cap it, and then try to get the bar. Because I do see time warp was used. So they aren't going to be using, I don't think they're going to be using time warp. Interesting. What? All right, so this arc's worth 3,500, so they'll still be down, but it won't be by that much. Ooh, but the Anubis, that's what's helping them right now. They already hit the 3 threshold on Anubis, so they're getting additional stuff right now. They're getting additional buffs. They're getting additional everything right now. March speed, everything. March speed, points, everything. So you should see them rooming all over the map right now. There you go. Flip that from nerf. This is why, and I'm telling you this is why I don't like holding arc, because right now with the Anubises, they have the double Anubis, extra 25% right now. And then on top of that, you are running around with all those buffs. They're flipping structures, and they're getting the extra 25% score on all of these structures that they're holding right now. That's why I don't like this play when people hold, because now this deficit, watch, we're gonna watch this. They're gonna try to pull it back, but once these structures start ticking over, this point per minute is gonna ramp up really high, and they're about to lose this one too. How does Anubis work? After getting 3, you get permastats? No. So I can't really break it down. I don't have it all. We can look at the rules, but like per capture of Anubis, you're basically the buffs and stuff that you get grow. So like you capture 1, you get march speed plus additional 15% for 240 seconds each point that you're scoring, right? You get an extra percentage. Once you kill 2 Anubises, you get X, Y, and Z. When you kill 3, you get X, Y, Z, and Delta. Like you start stacking up the more Anubises you get. So it is good to get. And then if you capture both Anubises at any point, it goes from 15 to 25%, which is right now what Nerf is using right now, is they are getting the 25% for the next 240 seconds. So with all these structures, the 3 altars plus the 25% plus the march speed plus everything, that's why it's going to start stacking up here. But we'll see. It's going to be the altars just ticked over, so we're not seeing the difference right now, but we should start to see. It'll probably get up to 5. They'll capture the arc and it'll bring it down to 2. That's probably what I'm thinking it's going to do. No, it's not always the same. It grows. I showed Solar earlier, or a couple of streams ago, I think, because a lot of people kept looking at the screenshots. The screenshots from like earlier, like when they were doing the testing and stuff, and they adjusted it for mid game or for end game for the updates. So now it's not just occupation score, it's all score. So provision scoring, all of those, you can stack everything. Good part is at least 07 reset this, which is good. Should mitigate that pump of that surge of score now. Let me see. So kind of what I predicted, right? It's going to get to a 5K deficit. They're going to have to be forced to capture it to bring it down to 2, but it doesn't leave them much time for arc captures. So this will be interesting. Doesn't leave them much time. This would have been almost a 6.5K lead if they wouldn't have gotten that altar back. That's why it was so crucial that they flipped that, because you can't afford to have double Anubises plus triple altars. That would absolutely cook. The good thing that I would say that 07 is doing right now is they are holding their structures, right? They aren't being very aggressive, and that's okay too. right? But they also aren't letting this lead exponentially grow, right? By resetting all their structures, which is good. All right, 345. Dude, they are holding this, bro. I really hope they don't lose it because of this. So if the team holds it the whole time, then there is no other arc. 3.5, 8. Oh, actually, there might be like a minute, but I don't think it's enough time. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of this team. I think Nerf has this game. I'm not a huge fan of this on the side of 07. I'll be honest with you. Now it almost makes it not worth capping for a third arc because it doesn't leave you enough time. You kind of cook your own team by doing it. Oh yeah, this one's, it's gonna be a nice little ending here. Bro, and then they cap it? Wait. Bro, no way. Who picked it up? Not that it even mattered. I don't know why they're all excited about that. So, lo and behold, this is what happened, right? Somebody from Nerf picked up the arc because it reset the timer. That's how it lets you know. So this used to not be a thing. Back in the day, what people would do to stretch out the arc is they would literally drop it, pick it back up, and then it resets the timer, drop it, pick it back up, and they would stretch it. And then Lilith updated it to where the only time the clock will reset when you pick it up is if the opponent picks it up and then drops it, and then you pick it back up. It resets the timer. So it reset the timer. I'm not a huge fan of it, I'll be honest with you, because why? It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. Right now, they're going to lose with the arc in their hand. So they're popping no mark right now, which would be fine, except they don't own any structures. Yeah, 07 blew it with the arc hold. They literally would have probably won mid game and then won with the last arc. Now they're going to lose with the arc in their hand. We'll look back, and I hope we don't, but I'm pretty confident that this holding of this arc is what cost them the match. Even though these timers are all cooked, thank goodness for that, right? Game's not bugged at all. I wonder what their thought process was. Hey guys, we want to lose this guy, you know, we want to lose this at the closest possible margin. Yeah, look, it's already at a 5K lead. That arc's only worth 3,500 points. Wins the round of 16 in about a month. Outlaw. So they got to do the round robin in group play, and then top 2 out of groups move on to top 16, and it's an immediate jump. There is no rest period. The only rest period will be, I think it's between the Like for the finals, I think they do a week for finals, I think, if I remember correctly. And then it's a best of 3. So we have this match in 2 more matches, so 3 weeks. And then it goes direct into top 16. Congratulations! Yay! Everybody dance! He's about to capture it, and then, wow! Wow! Now we're only down by 3,000! Now we're only down by 3,000! Oh boy! And the Anubis, this one's going to be the interesting one. The last Anubis is going to be crucial because now 07 has to win both of them. They have to win them both. There is no there is no way they are coming back if they do not. And so my thing is, I think they're going to hold this until they get the Anubis and then capture it to get a couple extra ticks on it. Ideally, they should go for double Anubis in this case. But we'll see. We'll see. I think that's kind of what their play is right now. That's why they haven't captured it. Nobody's going for top side either. Interesting. But you do see the sentry pop there. At what rank will we be able to obtain the Osiris League City skin? You can only obtain Osiris League City skins if you get into the top 4 of the Osiris League. That's the only way you win the Osiris League skin. You gotta make it into the quarterfinal, or is it quarter or semi? Semi? I don't know. Top 4. I always get those confused. Quarterfinals. Yes, quarterfinals. To unlock city skin. You'd make a great Mickey impression? Hell yeah. Top 32 gets a gathering skin. Top 4 gets the troop training. Yeah, the top 4 is the exclusive Osiris League one, like the usual, like the one that everyone wants to chase. Yo, I didn't even see what happened. Yo, what happened? Hold on, my stream is slow. Tebow! Welcome to my friend. Thank you for subbing to the channel. I appreciate you, big dog. Welcome to the Burrito Gang. You are now part of the thickest. We have the coolest chicks and the hottest dudes in our community. All right? Don't let anybody twist it. All right, so red needs to be getting this. So their plan was to reel in. Yeah, see, I like that play from Nerf. Nerf's coming in. If anything, they just don't want to lose this. There you go. Using their skills out here. Now that there's no arc rotation, guess what? You can focus all your skills out here. Use that. Peeky peeky boo. Kill the Anubis. Call it a day. There's no mark coming out. For the side of Nerf. 4.5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. They still have not captured the arc, and now they are only down by almost 6,000 score. So keep in mind, like I said, this arc's only worth 3,500. Only worth 3,500. This is not a high scoring arc. Even with the Anubis, they're gonna get less than 4,000 points on this arc. I dig the idea. I think the execution was just really bad. There you go. They got it. And on top of that, I'm pretty confident that's their fourth one. So 07 didn't even get the 3, which is a problem. So they won the one on the bottom, which is fine. Pushing up. Now you'll see them capture the arc. Down by 1,400 points. They do have provisioners, but both sides have provisioners, right? That's the issue right now. Now the important thing to keep your eyes on, let's look at provisioning. 24, oh yeah. Now the important thing to keep your eyes on is neutralizing of structures. We are going to be getting into this space where when you start neutralizing structures, that's the end of that, right? You can't recapture it and score before the end of the match. And so right now, that's what makes this really dangerous for 07 is they haven't done a fantastic job of holding structures. And so it kind of makes it where, look at that Garrison. It makes it where like skills like no mark and stuff like that are useless in this scenario if you can't hold on to your structures. So, bro, what kingdom are you in? I'm in, my restarts in 4028, and then my other account's in 2481. Which kingdoms are you in, bud? Nerf has been scoring provisions early. It might have cooked them. Nah, because they got more they got more Anubises, so they can still, they're still gonna have the 25% or the 15%. So regardless, I think they'll be okay though. There you go. Almost a 2K lead right now. We'll see how their provisioners are doing. Looks like they're coming in. One's coming in. Let's see. 92 mil. So this shouldn't score very much because I don't think a 92 mil is their provisioner, but let's see. They're at 33303. What a number. Let's see what he brings in on this march. So 100 points. 100 points for that march. So it's now at 1200. 1200. And I only see 2 out here. There's 3 right here, maybe. These are all coming in. Let's see. So they're at 35,887 before they get in. 35,975. My guess is it's going to put them at 41. Or, sorry, at 37.1. 36.9. Okay, so right at 37. Close to 37.1. So they're up by around 3,000 score. GG's Bulba watching me cook. Yo, Rampage. Dude, tell tell my boy Puddle Cakes hi. I missed that guy. I missed that guy. The Puddle Cakes. All right, 28 seconds. It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. I think it's already a GG. And so imagine if 07 didn't sit on that arc for 30 minutes, we would have had another arc that possibly could have ended this whole gap. Just let that sink in. Just let that sink in. The choice was made from 07 to sit on that arc the entire time. And then they lose by 3,000 score. It costed them. It costed them the game. All right, Big Papa. Big Papa. All right, let's look. Tail of the tape, Nerf versus 07. Provisions, look at that. 44 to 3,100. Occupation, pretty close. Nilled up. One arc, one arc. The interesting part is look at the scores now. It's no longer 3,000. This is the part that I really want, and I really hope Lilith looks at this. I really want them to adjust this to keep these the way they used to be score-wise, and then add a column that's like additional score from holding Anubis, and then have all the score lumped into one. Because I don't think people realistically sit there and break. There's no way to tangibly break down how much of these were adjusted because you held an Anubis when it occurred. Does that make sense? So like this should be 3,000, right? A 3,000 score. So that lets you know that 450 points of that was from Anubis. You can't do that for these two cleanly. And so what I'm trying to say is I feel like with Anubis, you are going to start noticing, like if they separate it out, that you're probably getting like 3 to 3.5K just from holding Anubis, which makes it worth getting. Does that make sense? Like this one right here is a 35, right? Let that sink in. It was a 3,500 arc that ramped him up again, but that was at 15% as well. It's actually at less, right? 35, that puts it at 562. So maybe that was at the 25%. I don't think that was 25%. Oh, because the percentage is slightly bigger. So it was at 15%, right? Because that arc was worth 3,500, and when they capped it with the Anubis, it pushed them up. So that's why, like, for arc planners, for people that love the game, even for casters, I want to see that extra column that's like a Anubis score or like additional Anubis score, and have these all divvied out into that column, the extra score. Because I'm honest, I'm being serious. I think once you start getting teams, they possibly may do like building strats where they, instead of going for arc, they go for a double Anubis, go for 3 altars and hold, and then you're probably going to notice the points are going to level out between losing an arc and not even going for it. So that's what makes it interesting, right, on that front. Units healed 5 million going there, 1-1. Yo, GG's both teams. Kudos to Nerf. Hey, I'm glad I got to watch it. Glad I got to watch it, fam. All right, we're gonna look. Actually, we'll hold off on looking at the other matches until we get back. They'll give me something to do before the other matches, and I need to take the wife to go eat. So make sure, fam, if y'all haven't already, do me a huge favor, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, fam. Let me just read these last lines. Real quick. My main is in 3777, and I also have a restart in 4028. Yo, let's go. Then we'll be playing together, big dog. I'm with Oppo and Chadsky. Yeah, I'm in 4028 already. GG's Bobo, watch me cook. Yeah, we'll do. All right, team. Either way, we are going to be back around 1830 UTC. We have the 19 UTC time slot that we are going to cast as well. Immediately followed by us playing Arc inside of Huns in 4028 at 20 UTC. So you'll get a nice little pop on that stream. And then we'll wrap up for today. All right. So Burrito Gang, hopefully y'all enjoy everything. Help us out with that YouTube algorithm. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hey, Burrito Gang, we'll see y'all here soon. All right. Y'all have a good one. Bye.